Now we're live. I better just say it. Hi, everybody out in YouTube land. Look, we got a special treat tonight.
You've been warned.
Hello, everybody. It's
me. Let's see what it looks like on. Are we going yet? Yes, we are. Okay. Well, nobody knows. This is a little earlier than normal, so
that's my fault.
It's gonna be a few minutes.
Surprise.
Oh, there I go. I heard my big mouth. Okay, there we go. Everybody, if you got YouTube on, mute it in the background.
Hang on. I need to mute that. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Hey, Holly's in the chat. JK Pioneer, always early. Welcome.
Oh, yay. Hi, Eugene.
Wow,
Nice
these people must be literally waiting for it to go live. Good for them.
Well, I would if it was I wish somebody else would go live on Fridays. I would do the same. Oh, now I lost my window where I'm supposed to.
Susie, Friday nights are your nights.
Well,
and I'll cut anybody who tries to take it over.
I agree.
That's my new
There's Silver Sage. Hi, Silver Sage. Hi, JK Pioneer.
I can't say hi to everybody, so I'm just gonna say hi to everybody.
Yeah. Hey, Wonder.
Get some people popping in. Give them a minute to get in here.
This is how popular you are, Susie. You've got like 11 watches within like 10 seconds of going live. People literally wait for you to come on.
They're like, oh, well, if it would be one of my favorite YouTubers and I saw they went on live 15 minutes early, I'd be like, oh, what?
Hey,
but
Susie.
Then I'd also be like, how dare you? I wasn't ready yet. I'm still making a grilled cheese sandwich or whatever. And a cocktail.
Susie, can I send the link to Gallatin?
Yeah. Get her in.
Yay! We love Gallatin.
Hi, Gallatin. Want to come in?
Come. More than earlier.
Hold on.
It's Friday night after all.
Christy said she can't right now, but she'll join later.
Oh, Christy did?
We could just, she said she can't join now, but she could join later. And then when she joins later, we could all just corner her into telling us what the fuck she's up to. What's your next rabbit hole?
The latest conspiracy theory. Spill the goods.
Let me know if I should put a whole week aside of my time to go down your damn rabbit hole that leads to nowhere.
Okay, hang on a second, everyone. I'm logging in on my other computer so I can read the chat better. It's easier for me.
Glug it, Candy. Glug it. Glug, 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 glug. Okay, another one.
Well, it's so nice to see everybody tonight. And I actually have two beverages going tonight, if you must know. Got a beer going and a margarita with a couple strawberries at the bottom.
Also my fault.
And look at how much I drank of it already.
That looks nice.
Because I got a straw. I shouldn't be drinking through a straw, especially this is a McDonald's straw.
You know what? You know what? Drinking through a straw gets you drunk a lot quicker.
I know.
Because you aren't taking in the air with it. It's just pure alcohol. So yeah, keep it up.
Because then what?
Because it leads to.
Because you guys want to
more drink. Stephen,
you want to see me get all worked up about something or laugh about something.
It's Friday night, right? Stephen, I was in the bar watching the England game. Yeah, 0-0, no goals, disappointing. But hey ho. We have 4 points now, so we need one more point to qualify. So it's all good.
Football,
Susie,
hey.
Yeah, it's the Euros now, the European Championships, and England played Scotland tonight, so it was a big game, which is why I've been out drinking all night, and I still am drinking. So cheers to you all.
Cheers. Soccer. Do we have any soccer fans in the room? Hi, okay, Larry. Oh, Gallatin goes to spoon the peonies. Okay.
Watering her yard.
Hi, Stefan Creel. Hi, Huli. Oh, funny. So you guys, sitting here waiting for you. Oh, thanks, Silver Sage. And I don't know what I wanted to talk about tonight. I always want to talk about Jack and what he has said and what he did to find the chest. That's always my favorite topic. And last week, Candy sent me an email about, or forwarded me an email of a correspondence that she and Jack had. And in that, he said that he found too much evidence to reasonably believe that it could be anywhere else, that the chest could be anywhere else but where it was. So that just is like, what is this? Too much evidence, not just one piece of evidence, not just two pieces, but too much. How much is too much? And how did we get there? So that was going to be like my interesting topic for the night. Trying to, well, I don't know about any other, really anything going on in the community right now, anything else other than nothing. There's nothing.
It's been a quiet week, hasn't it? It's been a quiet week, Susie. Not much has happened for the last 2 weeks, really. Jack got mail. Jack got mail 3 was a bust. It was a bust. Let's face it. Nothing really came from
that. It's really disappointing. You're right.
I was expecting like news about the sale of the chest. It's being put for auction. It's been sold. Something big. Nothing. That was a bust. And ever since
that's got to be next, though. Don't you think that's got to be coming soon? That the sale of the chest has to be now that we've reached the year mark. That seems to be like
that has to be the next big news for me. It has to be the next. What else can come regarding news other than, guys, I've either sold it to someone or I'm selling it to someone, i.e. via auction. That's the next big news for me. But until that happens, we're getting nothing. So it's all going a bit quiet. So we have to make our own news up.
That's right. And then there, in other news, was Cynthia back up in Yellowstone and filming that the Nook. First of all, we got the fake, the pictures of the fake chest in a Nook. So, and she said, yes, I'm staging this for a reason, for like there's something.
So has she said that? Has she said like I'm staging a fake discovery of the chest for something? I've not heard anything about that.
That's how I understood it. Like people were, because that's what I understood from K-Pro's show, watching K-Pro. She said that, because people were having there was such a kerfuffle after Cynthia put out pictures of what looked like the real chest in the Nook, right? So people had but it was obvious if you looked closely at that chest that Cynthia took a picture of.
Yeah.
It was obviously not the real chest. I mean, the corners were like rounded. It wasn't a sharp. It was, you could tell it wasn't real.
It looked it looked like a lid on the ground, not a chest, just a lid put on the ground.
Right, whatever. And then, could very well been. But Christy K-Pro called her out, or not called her out, but said, people are because it was on, I don't know, it's on some Facebook thing. I think this was all done through Facebook, and this is just me trying to figure out, because I do not even go look at Facebook. I'm not on any of those things. I do not I don't. So I'm just trying to figure out and understand what's going on in that world by what I hear in YouTube land. That's my real world. But so from what K-Pro said on the show, or her show, was that that Cynthia did say, yes, this was staged. This was staged, for
what?
Filming purposes. But I don't know what they're filming. I don't know if it's a document. I don't know what it is. I can only speculate. It could be a news thing. I don't have any idea. So you guys know more than me, I'm sure of it.
I mean, surely they aren't going to try and make out that was the location of the chest. Surely not. Of the GPS cell.
Yeah, I hope to God not.
I mean, they can't get away with that, can they? Can they?
No.
Cynthia already debunked it. She did a video where she's like,
yeah,
rest in peace, GPS cell. Bye.
Yeah. Right.
But at the same time, she posted a picture of the chest bracket.
Yeah, but not. I know, but that was
in the
just
GPS cell.
And that was a staged thing.
For what reason though?
I don't know. You're gonna have to ask her. We're not privy to any of this information.
Honestly, I feel like the community.
And that's a part of my frustration though, too, is that there is so much more going on behind the scenes, I think, than what is being presented to us. And we're just left, guessing and, reaching for straws or however that.
Cynthia signed an NDA, so she can't talk about a lot of stuff. See, I think a lot of people.
How do you know that?
I know things. No,
she did sign an NDA because she's in a documentary, but the thing is, the community is like ripping her a new one, and they don't even know what the hell's going on. So I think the community is chill the fuck out.
I don't know, man.
How are we expected to chill the F out if we're obviously don't get to, there's nothing more frustrating than thinking that somebody has information that you don't get to have. It's like a torment. It's like a nah, like you don't get to know yet. You aren't privileged enough. You don't, or whatever the reason. It's like a really this tease. It's not a compelling, it's not that sort of tease. Like when they're trying to put out a new show or, a new show on TV and they show a trailer, that's a tease. It's like, oh, this looks exciting. This kind of tease is like, why are you doing this to an already frustrating situation where we're already tormented by the lack of information? And then you were like, I have information, but you don't get to know. And I have a non-disclosure agreement. So that's why I can't tell you. I mean, is that like the worst or not? Or is that just me? Because I know nothing. If people think that I know anything about anything, or if I am anyone in the chase, that's some real player out there. If you guys are, whoever is listening, I've got 40 people. If you think that I know anything about anything, I don't. No, Netflix did not call me. They did not. Neither did anyone else. And so it's not like I am in a loop with anybody. Even the people I'm sharing a screen with right now, or sharing this with, I don't speak to you guys in real life. It's like I don't know. There's no behind the scenes story that I know that you don't know. I can only I'm here right with you guys.
Yeah, I know nothing at all. I just see pictures on Facebook come up of fake chests in grounds and in the GPS.
Davio.
I don't know. There's
Davio. Davio says very staged. For what point? What exactly?
Yeah, I think we can all agree it was clearly staged, but like you say, Susie, why is she doing it? And she, from what I can make out, she's not said why, other than she signed an NDA. So what does that mean? She can't talk about why she's done it. I don't know.
Wonder MT says Cynthia's just having some fun. Well, yeah, but fun at this is such a. I look at this as a. This is a delicate situation we're dealing with. You know, like I people have taken this serious. This is serious. You know, I took the treasure hunt seriously. You know, and I think a lot of other people took this seriously. So to make light of this or make joke of it or make you know whatever is it doesn't feel right and so yeah, have some fun, Cynthia, have some fun, but don't do it at the expense of anger and frustration from the community. I mean, that's not fun for you. I don't think that's fun for her either. I don't think she has intent to. I mean, I don't think that's her shtick at all. Like, I don't think she intentionally wants to, you know, in any way do this in a malicious way. So I don't know if she really doesn't realize. I don't know, but it's not like her last video was not. It wasn't making light. It was a serious video about a situation of people leaving stuff behind in Yellowstone National Park and saying it was a tribute to Forrest Fenn. And if that was a manufactured situation, not funny, not fun. Oh, I see. Hi, Brett John. Nice to see you. Hi, Olaf on the river. I'm looking at you. Hi, Olaf. Hi, Larry Sandell. Nice to see you. It is a confession.
Davio says, Cynthia's having fun is cool. It's a way of ending it for us. Well, how is it ending it for us? Well, that's no solution. That's no soul. We know the GPS ain't right, so that's not ending it for me.
Showing us a fake memorial, or what would you call that? Yeah, I guess a memorial where people, you know, she portrayed that there were items left in Yellowstone Park at the GPS solve at the, you know, and to me, that seemed like a long game. That seems like the long game of showing that, look, here's a place that isn't even the real solve. It's not even a real thing. But yet, look, people are still left memorials to Forrest at a place that isn't even the real special spot. And I think that is just reiterating Jack's whole reason for not telling us the solve is because he's protecting the location. And so this is kind of like reiterating that story. Like, look, here's a place that's not even a real place. And look what people did. If this was a real place, can you imagine the monstrosity, the crap?
Well, hang on a minute though. Someone left some like necklaces on a little twig. It was hardly desecrating the place, was it? The location.
The point is, it wasn't even a real place. It wasn't even the real place.
Wasn't.
So
it wasn't.
It's actually very dangerous because plastic stuff like that, animals, birds in the woods, stuff like that.
I agree.
Yellowstone, you're not supposed to leave anything behind.
I agree. That's true.
you're not supposed to leave
it was hardly desecrated, was it, by leaving a few like beads on a branch?
But it was hardly desecrated because it wasn't a real spot. So
yeah,
I think
but
the point
a lot of people believed it was, though. Christy believed it was, Cynthia believed it was, and a lot of people who put faith in Cynthia would also believe it was for that short period of time.
Long enough to root wreck that place. But my point is, I think that whole scenario was an exercise in look what could happen to a place that's associated with Forest Fen. Anyway, we got there, whether it be the real solve or a fake GPS solve that was horrible. How can it's like, this is what's going to happen. It's going to get ruined. You need to mute there. Mute Adam. I just feel like it's going to it's just a reinforcement to the story. What do you guys think in the chat? Oops. Now I keep clicking on your mute. Now you're muted and I can't unmute you. There you go.
I poured my gin way too strong. Sorry, guys. That was ridiculous. Wow. That blew my head off. Jesus Christ.
I think you need some Sprite or juice.
I've run out of a bit left.
No, you need juice. That's why it's called gin and juice, you goober.
I need tonic water. I've run out. It's downstairs in the kitchen. I'm going to get downstairs, 2 flights of stairs to go and get it. I'll go and get some more. But that was
who wants to bet $5 that if Adam tries to go downstairs to get more tonic water, he's going to trip.
That was, I've been out all night drinking, so that was horrendous. Jesus Christ, that was too strong.
He's going to fall down and go boom.
Wow, that was
Street scenes. Haven't seen you show up in a while.
Street scenes.
Created it. What did he say?
Deleted.
Hi.
Who deleted it?
Bitch.
I didn't. What did he say? I didn't read it.
RF Hecky booted him out. Or RF Hecky, that's me. RF booted him out. What he says is creativity comes from imagination, does it not? Greetings all. We are playing a game. Some play different than others.
Why delete that?
I just want to point out, Susie,
that's fine.
That the street has gone beyond he's gone beyond the edge. It's just gone that street. This is the edge. This is street, and the way he's handling shit is
street.
Okay, I trust RF. That's Eugene in the chat. Use your best judgment.
Street, for the record, I used to enjoy your 9-hour Zooms of Candy about aliens. I used to love that shit, mate.
Yeah, until he fucking stabbed me in the back, betrayed me, and decided to throw me into whatever oblivion and be best friends with Ray.
I don't know about that, but I just miss your Zooms.
He stabbed me in the back, and he totally just chose a different friendship over mine, even though I told you, Adam, that you and Street were one of the most favorite people I ever met in the chase. His bitch ass decided not to be my friend anymore and did exactly what he knew he wasn't supposed to. So therefore, sir, fuck off.
Dirk says, Susie, I think it's just Cynthia is still angry with that spot and being tricked into believing it.
Yeah, there's probably some.
Well, that's possible, but what I'm thinking is, I'm so torn. I want to give Cynthia the benefit of the doubt, just because she's earned the benefit of the doubt in my eyes in the chase. She was the closest. She wins, right?
Though, Susie, I talk to Cynthia all the time, right? Even though people like to say, so the thing is, Cynthia, she signed a non-disclosure agreement due to the documentary she's a part of, right?
Oh, so is that a real thing? That's more information than I knew for that fact. I heard
it is. It's a real thing.
But I didn't hear a fact. But okay, so that's a real thing. And so I understand her going to create hide the chest in a nook to create a scenario for
I don't think that's necessarily what happened. The way it sounds to me when she messaged me, it sounded like when they went there to see the Nook area for the 1 year anniversary, it sounds to me like someone other than themselves put that chest there, right? And
put what chest there?
that
she took a picture of in the Nook? No.
That's what it sounds like when she messaged me.
Come on, Candy. Who would put a fake chest there other than them? Clearly,
people that are commemorating the spot.
But it wasn't even the right spot. It was clearly
right. It's not even a real spot. I can't. No, I'm not buying that one.
That's what I'm saying, though.
But
we can't just blame Cynthia for shit that's there. Like the beads were there before Cynthia was there, and I know that for a fact because when I talked to Jens, one of the documentarians, not the one she signed on with, but he is a documentarian. He told me about all the fake jewelry that he found at that location a few months after he went there when the GPS solution was explored with YouTube. So with Cynthia, she signed on to a non-disclosure agreement with the documentarians. I am in the same loop as her, but I haven't signed the NDA yet. The only people that she can talk to certain things about is Matt, Amy, and Justin. So the fact that the community is giving her so much shit, and Susie, trust me, I was like, who the fuck is she?
It's still building.
This, right?
I can still see the building blocks of this. Even though all this may be true. In fact, I can still see the building blocks of the BS story. I can still see.
Do you think a documentary can do that though, Susie? Do you think a documentary can do the filming? I know they want an ending, but do you think they could actually pass off something that's not the location to be the location? No.
Candy. No. I think what's happened. I think what's happened here is I think they've hidden a fake chest to show what it would have looked like if it was a real location.
Yes.
That's why they've done it. Oh, yes. It's not right. However, if it was right, this is what it would have looked like. That's why I think they've done it.
Yes.
Yeah, but you know what's so disturbing though? Just this on its own, the fact that what Adam just said, the community is in such a freaking uproar about this. It's just, it's so crazy to think that, a year ago, we were told it was found, it's over. And then we were told it's Wyoming. Then we were told we're never going to freaking hear the solution. And then we got the freaking finder himself. And then we're going down so many rabbit holes trying to prove he's not the finder. He is the finder, where he found it, stuff like that. And it doesn't matter because we will never have proof. And we will never be able to.
And that's why the GPS was invented. That's why the GPS solve was invented. That's why the story was invented, to reiterate, in my mind, the fact that Jack's reason for never releasing the information or the solve is because of that people will ruin that spot. So you take these players in places of respect into the community and respect and put them into these, okay, we're going to make something of nothing and do this GPS solve. We're gonna put crap necklaces out in the middle of nowhere in Yellowstone, and then we're gonna go back and invite the people to film this. We're gonna bullshit. I think this was staged from the start. I mean, I think this has been staged for a year. I think this.
I can tell you.
Yeah, Susie, but I don't believe you
right
Candy,
now. But do you want to see the messages from Jens? I will freaking screenshot that shit and send it to you.
I know, but but what I'm saying is, I think the minute they found that GPS stuff or whatever, created the GPS.
I think it's more interesting to think
they
about
put the necklaces out there themselves to create the story of there's junk being left. I think this was all that was planted there. And then it's kind of like, look, and, waiting for somebody to come along and find it just so they can turn around and go, see, it's like planting the evidence to prove a point, Jack's point. The whole point that we don't get to learn the story is because of destruction such as what we saw. And so I think this was built. But there's nothing knowing that or thinking that.
I want to know.
It's not
I want to know why people aren't coming after these so-called sources. Okay, people like to give Cynthia shit. They like to give Christy shit. because they are a public
because they don't tell us
entity.
their sources. And because why would you believe these sources to begin with? These sources are made up. I mean, the source had to be made up to begin with too. I mean, if you're going to go with this story of planting this GPS solve in everybody's head, planting the evidence of destruction or whatever to a special place that isn't even real. I mean, all of the story feels very contrived to me. It's more than that. It's like seems almost obviously contrived, and so and I can see the long game, and I can see there was forethought in this, and so it makes me really think of how many people know what's really going on and the real story. This is so much bigger, and there's nothing I can do by me right now having a big cow about it, or even talking about it, or even anything is going to change it. That's not going to change it. I am not going to change how this story is going to unfold. This is going to unfold the way it's going to unfold.
Woman,
I have any about it or not.
If Christy or Cynthia actually knew the real solution or the real truth behind this, they would be wasting their own time to go into the fucking woods in Yellowstone National Park and try and do this shit. And it's not
they're
just
building
that.
The story, they're building the backstory. You know, I see it building a backstory, and that's why it's the only thing that makes sense. Because why would they?
Because I associate myself with Cynthia and Christy. People think I'm a part of whatever the fuck's going on, and I'm literally just a weirdo that got lucky enough to meet Forrest Fenn for one fucking day in her life for a couple of hours during the Fenn finale, and then the next day went boots on the ground. And because I'm friends with Christy and Cynthia, people think I'm a part of this fucking conspiracy.
Well, that's because you had 1,000 emails with Forrest. You know, I mean, that's a different thing. Oh wait, I see my name.
That's because I'm a weirdo, and I was constantly researching this shit, Susie. I was constantly researching, constantly going down rabbit holes, constantly trying to share stuff.
Who do you think set up the Nook to prove Jack's point?
For fuck's sake.
Who do you think set up the Nook to prove? I think Cynthia and K-Pro and Justin and whoever was the documentary crew on the first GPS.
What was the question? What was the question, Susie? Who set it up?
Who do you think set up the Nook to prove Jack's point that it would be ruined? Mary Green is asking me.
I know who the source is, because I took the damn sweet ass time in my own freaking life to figure out who the fucking source was. And I would say it, except for I said I wouldn't, but I know who it is.
So what? I mean, that.
So the fact that people are giving Christy and Cynthia shit because of this goddamn fucking GPS solve pisses me off, because the real person who should be getting shit is a source person that is colluding with Mindy, okay? This is like bullshit. Susie, I adore you to death.
There it is. There it is. There it is. There's a more story, and there's another tie. There's another tie.
Mindy, not Christy, not Cynthia.
You're asking me to believe that both K-Pro and Cynthia are stupid. That's what you're asking me to believe. You're asking me to believe
stupid.
That
they're both gullible. They're gullible.
Both of those people are stupid enough to fall for such a horseshit. I'm sorry, that GPS solve was painfully horseshit, and you can't sell me horseshit when this is. And so you can't think to me that Cynthia, brilliant Cynthia, who's been everywhere, is gonna fall for that horseshit.
That's the thing, though. Cynthia has been everywhere. You want to know why Cynthia has been everywhere? Cynthia talks to everyone, and people will send her information. They'll say, please check this out. Check this out. She did it with me. And she will. She will go and check it out because she wants to know the damn truth. And any
gullible
possibility
are the
is
people
better.
who believe that the GPS and that whole shrine was nothing but a setup. If you think it wasn't, now that is gullible.
No, I think it was a setup, but I don't think it was Christy or Cynthia that set it up. I think it was the source, colluding with Mindy, that set this shit up. That's what I'm trying to say. And the fact that they took time out of their own lives to investigate it, because that's what they do. They investigate things for the community, and people are giving them shit about it. That's what pisses me off. When really the main source, who I know who that person is, and I would love to out him out, but I can't because I said I wouldn't. And I found that out with my own damn research. He should be the one getting shit. He should be the one getting questioned, not Cynthia, not Christy.
Who is? Oh, fuck me, this gin's strong. Who's the source? Who is? Candy? I
can't say it.
Oh, bullshit!
We're
beyond all that. Name it. Who's the source? Come on, just spit it out.
You want to name it? It was funny because
it doesn't matter.
The chest
posted something.
Candy,
that was like
the chest has been found a year ago. Name the source. Let's hear it.
I can't. I said I wouldn't, but it was my own research. So if you want to go down the same rabbit hole I did, Mindy posted a photo of the conversation trying to out Christy from the source. And all you have to do is go to that crop photo, look at where she messed up, where it shows like half of the person's Facebook photo, but it's like the head's cut off. Go to Mike's friends and just play match. You'll find the source.
Or you can just tell me. Or you could just tell me.
You can just tell me.
That'd be easier, mate. I'd appreciate if you just told me, mate. Yeah, I
can't be an asshole like that. No matter how many freaking mojitos I've had, I can't be an asshole. But I'm just saying, like, it's so frustrating to me. No, it's so frustrating to me that people give Christy and Cynthia so much shit for trying to deliver something to the community. I'm not saying they're doing it for likes or fucking content, shit like that. No. They're just trying to deliver a solution because we all are in the same boat. We all want the same solution. We want answers. And these people have been taking time out of their fucking day to try and learn something. Like Christy went down a fucking rabbit hole for fairy tales. I went down there with her because
I didn't give Christy any shit at all. I was fully involved in the fairy tale until it got debunked. And now it's like,
yeah, nothing. I understand that, but like, you don't understand, like, there's so many people out there like that make you just want to fucking quit this community because they're so ruthless and so heartless about people that take the time to try and research and give something to someone. And because we just had a little bit of an association defend, we're considered colluding with the enemy, or we're part of what is going on. Like, do you think if we were a part of what was going on, we would waste this much fucking time?
Leak it to Adam via a text message, and then Adam will say it.
And I will.
And then
and I will. Just tell me.
Totally. For the love of God, step in.
I've got no issue. I've got no issue leaking it to anybody. I will leak it for sure.
Actually, I forgot what channel it was. It was a channel though. It was a channel. It may have been Treasure Seekers. I leaked who the fucking source was. I leaked who the source was.
Tell me the solution. I will leak it. No problem, mate. Don't worry about that. I will leak it.
Scott Kligger.
Y'all are ridiculous.
Is that right, Mindy? Hey, shake your head.
A year, guys. It's been a year since it was found, and I can't believe that we're still here. A whole year, more than a year later, still looking for the solution. I mean, Jesus Christ.
That's why I'm so burnt out.
Are you guys having fun though? Are you having fun?
Holly, I'm loving it. I'm drinking gin at 3:21 in the morning. You don't get better than that, do you? I mean, Jesus Christ.
I mean, if McDonald's shows up on your doorstep, you might like that too.
Don't give him the idea.
Oh, it's so strong though. Fucking hell.
Susie, are you having fun? I mean, I know it's frustrating, but are you having fun?
Susie's loving it. Look at her. Look at her. She's drinking.
Then that's all that matters. That's all.
Susie is honestly the only person I could. Susie's the only person I could butt heads with, and I could still adore. Like anyone else, I'm just like whatever. But
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. The highlight of my week has become Susie Fennhaven on Friday nights. That's it. And I'm not even embarrassed
Your
to
poor
say that.
life, Adam.
My God, I'm sad on that. Jesus Christ, this is it. My life has become this. Susie Fennhaven on Friday
When
night.
will our lives begin?
But it's the highlight of my week, and I'm unapologetic for that. It's wonderful, and here I am.
Well, this is the highlight of my week too, Adam. If you
God,
must
God,
know,
God,
it is.
God bless you. Cheers, Susie. Let's drink together.
That was so strong.
Cheers, Susie. I made a coconut mojito, by the way. So I am really
did.
Yeah.
I did.
Huli and myself are both drinking mojitos. Although I don't know if mine, I think mine's a lot stronger, Huli. It's a lot stronger.
Harry Can. Who's that?
Who?
He's a footballer. Harry Can. Kane? Can.
I don't know.
Adam knows.
Harry Kane is an English footballer who should have scored tonight, but he didn't. He needs to score in the next game. He needs to score in the next game for sure. Oh, I'm so drunk.
It's the people wanted a place, any place.
I can't even type.
Never mind, Huli wins.
He wins what?
She wins a stronger mojito.
Everything. His name is Scott. Kliger. 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 Scott.
Was that
first
was
name
that Eugene?
Scott?
Was that
GPS
Eugene?
solve.
Was that Eugene, Susie? Was that Eugene?
I'm not saying. It was more than one person. More than one person.
Eugene did what I could not.
Who in the hell's Eugene? I don't even know who that is.
That's Godolkin.
RF.
Oh,
RF in the chat.
I knew Eugene would be able to get it. That's hilarious.
Like, I'm really close to emailing Jack and saying, Jack, Jack, enough of this bullshit. Just either give us something. Yeah.
Good luck with that. Hey,
when's it going to be sold? Are you going to sell it at auction? Are you going to sell it privately? Are you going to sell it to a museum? Are you going to give us anything ever after it's been sold? Are you just going to disappear after it's been sold? I also want to email Jack a load of questions and see if he answers any of them. He probably won't, but I think I might just do
I find this so funny. Did you notice, Susie, that the more alcohol Adam gets, the more feisty he gets?
I'm not.
He's getting on the level of I'll cut you.
I'm not. No, I just want to know what Jack's game is. I want to know why.
Jack, listen. London Laddie's going to cut you if you don't give us the solution.
I'm going to be like, Jack, read this in an English accent.
So who is this Scott Kliger?
The source.
I know, but who is he? Okay, so
I don't know who Luke
is. He who is he in the chat? Who is he in the community? What's his fake name? That's how people would know him, not his real name.
He's known as Mindy Fosse's search partner.
I mean, guys, you know that Jack watches all this, don't you? You know Jack's watching right now.
No way.
Of course.
No,
I did not.
He watches everything.
I do not believe that.
Jack is watching right now, so say hi, Jack, because you know you're watching.
Yeah. Hi, Jack.
I want to put it on record that I didn't say shit. It was Eugene that said something.
Don't try and backpedal, Candy. You said too much already.
You didn't say anything. I did. I was reading.
I'm telling you, Jack, man. It's time. It's been a year, my friend. I appreciate all you said, but it's time to say something real. Give us something proper, or just sell the chest, man. I'm done with it.
It's getting to the point where it's just embarrassing. Like the YouTube wars, they're embarrassing. The obsession, it's embarrassing. The rabbit holes we go down to try and find the solution that we get nothing from is embarrassing. I'm just getting so burnt out.
The only reason we have rabbit holes is because we haven't got anything real to talk about. We've got no real news, so we create.
Stuck in Chaselandia says, Chase and Indy even tried to convince people of that solve by saying she matched the log exactly.
I was totally okay, I'm serious. I was totally against the GPS solution, right? I was bitching at Christy, all this shit. And then
you thought you found the stick, Candy. I mean, really, you were showing a stick going, this is a stick.
Candy, you know what?
No, that's the thing though. So I reached out to Justin and I said, Justin, can I have more pictures of, your recon in that area? He sent me the pictures, and the marking in his picture of the thing matched the one from the Medium article.
Did it match? Candy.
It did, and that's why I messaged Jack, and you can see my emails, by the way. I messaged Jack, and I asked him to send me a better quality photo of the Medium photo.
And it didn't match.
No, I'm ignoring you. I'm ignoring you.
Candy, you know I love you. However, that log did not fucking match. I looked and I looked and I looked. It didn't fucking match. It was a different mark.
Fucking match.
Fuck me.
That's why I'm trying to figure it out. What the hell?
It was blatantly a different mark. Susie, back me up. It didn't match, did it? It didn't match, did it?
Fuck
this is
you.
an exact match. She put it on her face.
Candy, I love you, but it didn't match. I can't lie. It didn't match. It didn't match.
Hooray!
Can we just talk about Forrest Fenn fishing picture?
Oh, fuck me. It's Cynthia.
You know what, Hooli? You dickhead.
Hey, let's be honest.
Oh, God.
Your matching skills aren't as sweet as your research skills, Candy. I'm sorry, honey. I didn't need to let you know.
Hey, Susie, you said I had good research skills. Now you're saying I don't have good research skills?
You have sweet research skills.
Oh, God.
You were just talking about my fucking video the other day. You dick.
With your sweet research skills.
Oh, God. Don't. Oh, God.
Photo matching might not be your strong suit.
Indy, we all love you. We all love you anyway, honey.
Andy, don't go away.
Candy, we love you. I love you, but that log, man, I tell you, it did not match. It didn't match. It wasn't the same mark.
Atlantic says the log match, the fisherman didn't.
Oh, Susie absolutely killed it when she goes, oh, look, it's Cynthia.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, God. I've got a mute. Hang on.
Susie, you had a priceless moment that night.
That episode was so funny that Christy finally came back on my channel. She was like MIA for like I don't know how long. And she finally was like,
God.
oh, I can finally make an appearance because you dropped the assholes and you finally got good content again. And I'm like, oh, okay.
That's some of the best laughter we've had in years right there.
Oh, I've never laughed so
God,
much.
that was really funny.
Wally wants Bill Gorman to come on.
Oh, sweet
oh my God.
Jesus. I don't know what to make of Bill Gorman anymore, Susie, because I try and support his channel, and then the next day when they're on like the Treasure Seekers, he'll be saying some really fucked up shit, and I'm just like,
what can we do with Bill? He's here. There's nothing we can do with him.
What do we do?
Nothing. Just let him be Bill.
I watch Bill's talent.
The Nook log matched Forrest Snows in that fishing photo.
Yeah,
that guy. I mean, that man looked absolutely nothing like Forrest. I can't even imagine.
Shut up!
I don't even know where you were coming from.
Can you pull that picture up again and just show the chat room?
I can't see it. I'll have to mute if I see it again.
Susie will have to do screen share first.
Holy shit! Oh look, it's Cynthia.
No, do Forrest Fenn.
Oh my God!
Oh shit!
Cracking another beer.
Oh God! Oh, don't.
You guys are such dickheads.
Oh, God bless you.
Very fun.
Oh God, help me.
Have you ever laughed so hard that your cheeks actually hurt?
Yeah.
Okay. Here, Eugene says, You all know that Moses does play a part in the finding the end of Forest Rainbow.
Jr.
I have done my research. Okay. Well, it might be.
God. Jonathan needs to get her ass in Zoom.
Oh, does she? Yeah, this is a real tempting place for her to show up. We're all.
Oh, Susie, I love you, man.
We're just yelling at each other. It's fine. It's fine. We're good.
Oh.
Okay, I drank my margarita now, so.
Oh, wow.
Make another margarita.
Well, no, I just threw beer on top of it, and I have strawberries in my beer. I don't know how that's going to be.
Oh, okay.
That's
interesting.
Well, there's all sorts of fruit beers. Ciders.
Someone said, Brent John said it's cursed now.
Tim K. Hi, Tim K. How are you doing? He says, you guys have made my evening always a fun group. Thanks for joining us, Tim. I'm glad you're on with us live.
We try.
Second to Slandia said, Indy believes whatever is invoked for the week. Oh, okay.
Lorraine asks, it's nice to see you guys are smiling and laughing. Well, yeah.
That would be my research and alcohol combined into one.
You know, we have a laugh, right? You've got to have a laugh, haven't you? Otherwise, what's the point? It's all fun and games.
Oh man.
Yeah, we gotta just we're just all
wait until I laugh so hard I cry my lashes off.
Play with the pins and needles. What do the pins and needles? I don't know what that means, Brent. X marks the spot. The truth will checkmate the sale of the chest. What does that mean? Very ambiguous.
No. Huli, what do you think it means?
Well, I was going to say something different. I'll wait.
Say something different.
Please spill it.
So, Susie, have you heard of the Omega Man?
Oh, yes.
Here we go.
What?
Huli? I went down that rabbit hole so deep. I 100%
hang on. Let me hear what Susie
Candace convinced of it.
I love it.
I have no idea what you're talking about, you guys. Zero.
So there was a counterfeiter in the early 70s. He was called the Omega Man counterfeiter. And he printed gold double eagles, and put a tiny, tiny, tiny little Omega mark on multiple kinds of coins. And is one of the greatest.
It wasn't just one, Huli, it was two.
Yeah. And we're talking gold coins. Some character in the 70s made Omega symbol on fake gold coins.
They were counterfeit.
Real gold coins.
It was real gold, but they were counterfeit coins.
Mm-hmm. It was the double eagles. The double eagle coins. It was from the double eagle coins. And Huli was saying that this person that went by the Omega Man, he didn't name himself. The society named him. He hid two miniaturized, like barely decipherable Omega symbols within his work. Two of them.
Well, only on one on each coin, Candy. But he did it with multiple different coins and two different types of Omegas.
So where does this story, how did we know about this story? Where did this come from, this story?
Because Huli is a boss bitch.
It's online and it's pretty well known.
Okay, it's been a thing for years or whatever. So what is the tie-in here with Forrest?
Just because he cast bronze, and we know that he had ties and connections to multiple people that worked in money. We know Glenna Goodacre designed some coins. We know Eric Sloan learned from someone who did coins. Gowdy, yeah.
Basically, because we know that Forrest Fenn's symbol is the double Omegas.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
And it also was marked with Eric Sloan, and he has an entire chest full of freaking double eagles.
So, do we think Forrest Fenn was this mysterious person?
Do. I'm not buying into it, but I would be curious to see what's in the chest if anyone does look for that.
I am buying into it.
Oh, if maybe one of the coins in the chest
or more.
Not just one. I was reading that if you were to find like the whole stash of so-called Omega Man, it's worth $300 million.
$300 million.
You know
I
what?
was looking down the rabbit holes.
He minted so many coins, it's out of control, like a ton of
And those
coins.
are the only ones that people have been able to identify because it was like, what was it? He like submitted them or something. So they say there could be more. So the fact that Fenn talks about like
Emile Dehore, or however that guy's name, where he sold the fake art.
Elmar Dehore, yeah.
Yes.
Yep, basically.
Oh, interesting twist to the plot. I like it.
It's pretty
I
cool.
mean, it's a counter argument. I would suggest that all the coins in the chest would be examined by.
It doesn't matter who you are. It only matters who they think you are. Come on. There's some type of illusion.
If those coins are really fake, but they're real gold coins, aren't they going to be really valuable anyway? If they do have that little double omega, aren't they going to be like extra?
Yeah, more valuable.
Well, there's like
300 million.
There's two different two different places that the Omega Man hid the Omega symbol. It was in the claw of the eagle. It was also in the R of the Liberty across the face. So for the double eagles.
Susie, it's interesting that the whole double Omega thing, and the Omega Man used to mark his coins with 2 Omega symbols in the coin. That's the whole
thing.
No.
Exactly.
Only 1 Omega per coin.
Okay.
Yeah. But it was in the R of Liberty and in the claw of the eagle. So double.
But you have to imagine that whoever values the chest, an expert, will know about the Omega coins, and he'll check for like that mark. You would have thought.
Maybe that's why it's taking an eternity for the chest to sell.
Oh,
like,
because of complications such as counterfeit coins.
And it said that the counterfeit coins are worth as much or how much was it? It was like $1,000 per coin with the Omega symbol.
I believe that.
Omega Man. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what's interesting is, wasn't it Smell the Sunshine when he was doing the I forgot the word
evaluation of the chest?
Yeah. Yeah, he was saying that each coin could be up to $1,000. Didn't he say that in his video?
Or over $1,000. I mean, right.
It's interesting.
If you do the research and go down the rabbit hole a little bit, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Like once you've had time to think about it. And
yeah, this is the first I hear of this stuff. I know nothing about nothing. Hi, Gallatin. How are you tonight?
I'm good, Susie. How y'all doing?
Hey, Gallatin.
Good.
Hi.
Hi, Huli. Hi, Indy.
My favorite.
Thanks for joining us. What do you have to say?
I got
about anything.
More like, what do you have to drink?
Yeah.
I haven't been drinking anything. Nothing. I had coffee.
Oh, woman.
Holy shit.
Fix it now.
It's only me who's drinking tonight. No one else drinking other than me.
I'm drinking.
And Candy. Candy,
Okay.
how you?
Who's drinking too?
Candy, how you doing? Have you had like are you on your 3rd or just 2nd still?
Well, this is the thing. When I poured it, you're supposed to just go to like here for 1, and this holds more than 1. So my thing holds, I think, 12 servings, and this is like, no, I want to say with the serving size, I want to say I'm at number 6. You don't understand how strong this shit is. It goes whoop. It's like whoop.
Nice guy says, Adam, you're great. Thanks for coming on with Susie again. Enjoy your thoughts and your style.
Thank you, nice guy. I appreciate that.
Zozo Rock says the American Numismatic Association. He made so many of them that all of them together are worth hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah, that's what I said. If you could find the entire lot of the Omega counterfeit double eagle coins is worth $300 million. And that's just from what people know exists.
JK Pioneer says, I've known about the Omega Man for years, but in my opinion, Forrest had no connection to him. Well, JK Pioneer is a coin collector and knows quite a bit about coins, so I believe that.
Well, there's a fair point. Is there any connection we've made to Forrest and the Omega Man? Has anyone made a connection? No.
Other than just the Omega symbols, I think is the whole idea here, right?
And the counterfeitingness.
Right?
So from what I've gathered from my research after what Huli shared with me, what I've gathered, it's not just one person who created the Omega symbols and the counterfeit gold eagles. I believe it was both Forrest Fenn and Eric Sloan. Because if you look at it, when Forrest Fenn is writing about Eric Sloan is the only person that's ever gotten double eagles, right? Or sorry, double omegas. And it happened in the 1970s. Wasn't it around the 1970s when Huli pointed this out, that Forrest Fenn created his bronze foundry? And I believe wasn't what year was it that Eric Sloan passed away?
84 or 5?
Exactly. So in the 70s, they were friends, and Fenn had a bronze foundry. So a lot of people, when you go down this rabbit hole, they believe that the Omega Man, it wasn't just one person. It was either more than one people, or it was an entire, faction. It was someone that was in the Vietnam Army, and they were basically like starting resistance. So it matches up pretty great. And especially like with what Huli found, it's top-notch research.
Stephen Creel says DB Cooper and Omega Man. Fenn, you rascal.
We think DB Cooper was Skippy, okay? Not Fenn. We think DB Cooper was Skippy.
Let's get our story straight here. Okay.
So,
because of how Skippy took the plane. The story in TTOTC about my brother being Skippy and how he stole an airplane.
Or built an airplane, but yeah. Like, I know Alan Kelly.
Well, no, he built an airplane and stole an airplane. He stole the airplane and landed it on he stole it in Utah and landed it on the lake in whatever that
Hebgen. Yeah,
did he say he stole the plane or he acquired a plane? Acquired. That's not stealing.
Well, either way, if you look at the profile of whoever this person is for the Omega Man versus DB Cooper, they were both infamous for counterfeiting, for making like something to appear what was not there. So I definitely think it runs in the family.
Skippy was obviously a very important character in Forrest's life. And he made that clear and made sure we knew about Skippy, through his stories. So.
And I do find it really strange that Douglas Preston, the only person that would have possibly known the entire story of Fenn's life and people in his life, just suddenly decided to write a book based on DB Cooper. That is very interesting in my perspective.
Who did that? Oh yeah,
Douglas Preston. Like, Alan Kelly sent me a message the day it got released. He was like, "Oh my God, I'm dying right now. Like, what do I do?" And I'm just like, "Well,
no, that's big."
Shit.
Given that the coins appeared over 40 years ago and that there has been no evidence of further counterfeiting, chances are the Omega Man may never be known, says Zozo Rocks. Good point.
I agree.
Very good point. That's a good way to get rid of commit a crime as such, is not repeat that crime.
Aren't you curious why Barbarisi, when he was in the lawyer's office and he was looking at the chest, they had him sign an NDA in regards to anything he read through the biography of the little olive jar? Don't you find that interesting?
No, because that makes sense, because he didn't even know who Jack was at that time. According to Dan, that he got permission to see the chest before it came out that Jack Stoof put a name to the finder. He just knew of a finder, but he's saying that he didn't even know Jack's real name. He didn't even know Jack's name when he got to go see the chest. So I can see why he had to sign a non-disclosure agreement, because there could be.
Dan signed an NDA. Dan, I never knew that.
Yeah, in my interview on my channel, when he was talking about stuff, he said that he had to sign an NDA in regards to anything.
In case he saw something through the glass olive jar that he couldn't say anything that he read.
An NDA saying he can't do what exactly? Say
talk about whatever the fuck was read.
If he could read, if he read anything on the olive jar, he couldn't tell anybody any of the words that he saw. None of them.
So what's in that olive jar that's so important then?
His real identity.
Whose real identity?
Forrest Fenn.
He's Cooper.
But
Forrest Fenn.
He might be the freaking Omega Man. There's a multitude of things.
I thought
he always says it doesn't matter who you are. It only matters who they think you are. Like, think about that.
Forrest was not the Omega Man. He had no experience in manufacturing coins or anything like that.
Oh, well, yeah, he did. Forrest?
Did he?
He started a foundry.
Oh my God.
He knew how to pour bronze.
Please tell me Adam has read the book at least. You've read The Thrill of the Chase, right?
So you're telling me Forrest Fenn had experience in like manufacturing like coins and whatnot?
If he could figure out how to make a bronze statue all by himself in the garage of his house, a bronze statue.
Well, there you go. Forrest Fenn was the Omega Man, and case over. Now we know who the Omega Man was. It was Forrest Fenn.
Really?
You can't rule it out. You can't rule it out.
No.
Jonathan.
Okay, so seriously though,
Gallatin, whoever looks at the whole treasure to sell it, an expert will look for the Omega marks. They wouldn't know about the Omega Man, and they will find any such marks on there. So
if the Omega Man knew that he put, in my experience from researching all this stuff, the Omega Man wanted to be found. Because they said, unless, like, up until the fact that they found this little tiny Omega symbol within the claw of the eagle and the R of Liberty, it would have passed off as an actual authentic double eagle coin, right? That goes to show that this person wanted it to be found. They wanted to be known. And it also goes to show that if this so-called Omega Man was still planning to do stuff with more double eagles, he could have moved it to another location. It doesn't have to necessarily be in the claw of the eagle or the R of the Liberty. It could be anywhere.
Gigi, I want to hear your thoughts.
Okay,
yeah,
so
me too.
Dan Barbarisi went to the attorney's office to look at the chest, sight unseen from Jack at the time. He didn't even know his real name, right? And he had to sign an NDA because inside that olive jar, if he could see anything, he couldn't say anything about it. Forrest specifically said he went to Kinko's and shrunk that down so small that you had to read it with a magnifying glass. What the hell are you going to read? Right?
Yeah,
it has to be something else that he is not supposed to talk about. You can't read through that jar.
Well, unless, did he have tools? I mean, were things out of bounds? Was bringing a magnifying glass against the...
Hang on. When was the first Omega coin released? When was it found? 1940s, was it?
Early
1970s.
Early 70s.
And when did Forrest get his foundry up and running?
1970s.
Holy shit, Forrest Fenn was the Omega Man. Case closed. Holy shit.
Solved.
With like a 50-year conspiracy been solved
we
tonight.
worked that out in no time.
And you were here. Congratulations.
Adam, where's your wig? I think you need to get a wig.
A wig?
Wigs on the green.
Should I mail him one of my wigs, Huli?
Holy
I've got a
shit.
pink one.
Houses of
I've got a
Parliament,
blonde
Big
one.
Ben.
Are you telling me the Omega Man was making coins in 1970 and Forrest had his foundry in 1970, and he marked his book with double Omegas, and the Omega Man marked. Why are we even talking about this? It's clearly Forrest Fenn. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Oh god, this is
Fucking
so
hell.
funny.
Wow. We've just discovered who the
At
Omega Man
least,
was.
at least you polished off your gin, right? No more.
Did
You're
you get to
good.
talk? Did you get to talk on that or no?
I've got a whole bottle of it.
He took a big swig, though.
I'm still
Fun.
getting.
Oh my
Why?
Now we're finding the Omega Man. I'm here for the night. Tell me about that. Fucking Omega Man. Holy shit.
Huli. I think he's gone past fairy hands, past glug glug. What the fuck do we call him now?
Well, we just worked out who the Omega Man was. So there you go. Forrest Fenn, clearly. He had a foundry, he could make coins. Why else would he put double Omegas in his book? Clearly, he was the Omega Man. Which makes his treasure worth like $300 million or whatever it is. That's why it's not been
That's
sold
only
yet.
if all the double eagles are stamped with those.
Yeah, they probably all are for we know.
What if here's a better one. What if he took a real standing liberty and put the Omega symbols on it himself? Or double eagle or whatever it is.
Candy, you would know if it's a real double. It's a real double eagle worth more than an Omega double eagle.
Yeah, no, a real double eagle is worth more, but the fact that the Omega symbol, the Omega Man's counterfeit double eagle is still worth a pretty penny. It said like up to $1,000 per coin.
Mm. So you would.
Well, there went out.
So you wouldn't deliberately fake them then, if it's worth less.
What was that?
So you wouldn't deliberately fake them then if it's worth less?
Unless it wasn't real solid gold or,
It was real gold. It was like when they compared it, they basically said if it wasn't for noticing the Omega symbol within either the Eagle's Claw or the R in Liberty, it would have actually passed off as an actual authentic double eagle coin. So again, this Omega Man person wanted to be caught. He knew what he was doing, and that's why he put the symbol within the claw.
Serious question. If the coins had the same amount of gold as the real thing, what would be the purpose of faking them? Because
to prove that they're capable of fucking doing
and
it.
The
ego
numismatic value of gold is as a coin is higher than an actual chunk of gold.
There you go, Susie. There you go.
Ego.
And plus, fooling people is like a thing, maybe, about it. He made marbles when he was a kid. Fenn was the marble man, says Tony Rusi.
Can you
Not
imagine,
the Omega Man.
Can you imagine if Forrest Fenn was the Omega Man? Wow, that would blow it wide open, wouldn't it? And all those coins in that chest are Omega coins. You would have thought.
Search Omega Man counterfeiter, says Mary. Yeah. I don't know if I need to. You guys are on it for me.
We're all on it.
I might email Jack and say, Jack, look at your coin.
Does Jack know about the Omega Man?
Is there a tiny Omega in one of your coins, mate? Because if there is.
Great question. Does Jack know about the Omega Man?
He does now because he's watching this.
Or is that what the secret? Oh, is that the whole thing? The secret in the olive jar says, "Guess what? I'm the Omega Man." The coin. Candy, are you?
Oh, the chin's getting worse.
Are you melting? Candy, come back. If it was found to be counterfeit, then the coins must be destroyed. Oh, right.
Oh, melt them down.
Yeah, that is a sticky wicket. I have found fake gold before, or gold that wasn't really gold, that was stamped gold.
Fool's gold.
well, no marked gold, like a gold necklace that's marked 14 karat when it wasn't 14 karat or whatever. That thing is real.
Candy, you sound horrendous. Can't hear what you.
Candy, what happened to you?
She's gone.
Are you underwater?
Gallatin, do you buy into this Omega Man thing?
I don't know anything about the Omega Man. So it's not something I've looked into. So I don't know.
I can hear ice. What are you drinking, Gallatin?
You convinced me to get some watermelon vodka.
Beautiful.
Good call.
Welcome to the party.
Yes, I didn't realize my ice cubes were that loud.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Where's Shiloh when you need him? Says Lorraine.
Rude.
Capo, we have a new theory. Forrest Fenn was the Omega Man. End of. And that's it. All his coins are marked with Omegas on them, which make them super valuable or not. What do you think to that?
What do you think to that, you guys? Good question.
I think
in the chat, I'm sorry.
I think if this was true and say he was this Omega Man, then to me it would increase the value of the coins, especially, posthumously.
Yep.
True. You guys, I have to take a break. I'm gonna be right back. I mean, like 2 minutes, not like a real break. Like
Holly,
like a potty break.
Susie, hurry back. I can't talk. Fuck now. Hurry back. Oh, this is gin for you.
Put Hooli back. Hooli, come back.
What?
Holly back. Holy crap.
Susie,
back, girl.
I should not be live tonight. Jesus Christ.
Actually, you're doing quite well in comparison to the Night of Fairy Hands. I'll say that right now.
Yeah, we'll give it time. I'm still
Susie's
drinking gin.
been talking about this all week, though. All week.
I'm still drinking copious amounts of gin, which is getting progressively stronger, by the way, because I've run out of tonic water. So it's almost become pure gin right now. So give it time. Cool, Jack. Melt them down and give out the soul. Jack ain't giving out nothing.
No.
Jack isn't giving out jack shit.
Lorraine, I think Adam is the Omega Man. I ain't that old, Lorraine. I wasn't around in the 1970s. I might look like I was, but I wasn't. Capo, many have researched the Omega Man. Really? In Forest Fen. That's news to me. Too bad so many of the forums are down. Otherwise, you could have seen all the rabbit holes you can go down. So apparently, the Forest Fen and Omega Man have been researched before. Did you know that, Candy? I didn't know that.
Wait, what?
Apparently, the Omega Man's been looked into before with Forest Fen.
Yes, Adam, like when I came around 3 years ago, it was one of the first things I did. So it's been the theory has been around for a long time, but finding that the chest has been found, we can look at those coins just to sort of, out of curiosity, if Jack would be interested to examine them and consider it.
Has anybody zoomed in on a coin from the chest, either from Jack's pictures or Dan's pictures, and seen any kind of Omega on there? Has anybody done that? I guess not. Adam, you are the most clam drunk panel member in the entire chess community. What does clam drunk mean? You are the most clam drunk panel member in the entire chess community. I don't know what
Are you really making me Google clam drunk right now?
Stephen, please. I don't know what you mean by that. I am pretty drunk though.
Does he mean calm drunk versus clam drunk?
I don't know. I am pretty drunk though.
So I just emailed Jack.
I mean, he might be referring to the Family Guy for the drunken clam.
Huh. Yeah, maybe. Okay, Larry. You know what, Larry? Nice to meet you too. Get yourself on cam. Let's talk Omega Man. Calm. Yeah, calm.
I love how Gallatin's like, sorry, chat, for my loud ice. Like, bitch, where's the sound of the loud ice?
Oh, it was loud. Every time I take a drink, it's loud.
So you do realize that after we finish, I'm going to Google Omega Man and spend all night Googling Omega Man. Fucking trying to work out if Omega Man was Forrest Fenn. So thank you for that.
Okay, you get on that and then let us know.
I'll be up all night researching the Omega Man. I thought it was like 1940s. I don't know why. I had it in my head that it was like earlier than the 1970s, but apparently not.
Oh, hi, K-Pro. I see K-Pro in the chat now. Hi, Atlantic Coast. Nice to see you tonight. What else did I miss? Tony, I don't think so. I went over some of it on YouTube. Man, 18 months of research down the drains.
Atlantic Coast says clam drunk is the new eggs.
Clam drunk.
I'm pretty sure they mean calm drunk.
Yeah, calm. I'm sure you meant calm.
Oh, God.
You keep torturing yourself with that, Adam?
Seriously, it's getting stronger and stronger. It really is horrible. It's got. I've run out of gin.
I thought that was your really fancy.
I know, but I've run out of gin.
Of course, it's getting stronger. You're not.
You ran out of tonic.
Yeah, tonic. Yeah. So I'm basically like drinking pure gin now, which isn't the idea at all. You shouldn't drink gin pure, should you? You should wash it down with tonic or something. I don't know.
How about let's not do that? That's why we call it gin and juice. You're supposed to add juice to the gin.
Yeah, but my tonic's downstairs, which means running down 2 flights of stairs to go and get it, and I just can't be asked to do that. To be fair. I'm in bed right now. I can't be asked to get out of bed and get downstairs 2 flights of stairs to go and get the tonic water. I'll just drink it straight. It's all good.
Suffer though.
Talk more about the Omega Man and whatnot.
Mark G, I keep hearing the truth is coming out. Sure.
Oh, the truth. Yeah, but the truth's been coming out for a year. It's not come out yet. So where is it?
I don't care about the truth anymore.
Truth, my ass. We got to find out the truth ourselves. The truth, my ass.
Well said.
We've got to find out the truth. Forget about Jack. He ain't saying nothing.
And forget about the people that keep saying, "Oh, I got the truth. I got the truth."
The truth's coming. Yeah, it's been coming for a year. You wait for another year. We'll be here a year's time.
Hi, baby. There's that little barky thing that we were listening to.
Oh,
is that the bark? Hi, Mr. Barker. What else? Mega Man. The Omega. He was best known for fake high relief 1907 double Omega Eagles with the symbol in the eagle's talon. Oh, with the Omega symbol in the eagle's talon.
I said that.
And I'm just reading the chat. Zozo Rocks is putting in a little Omega Man trivia to give Adam a jump start on his rabbit hole trip.
Christy said she'll make Adam clams and eggs when she meets him.
I'm going to be
clams and eggs.
Okay, Faye, I'm going to hold you to that as well. I am.
What happened to the worms and scorpions?
Yeah, I prefer clams and eggs.
David Na says, okay, people, Omega is a religious term. If Eric Sloan was the alpha or beginning of proper etiquette, is that, and the one with the total respect for Mother Nature, then Forrest is of the same mold. I like that, David. I like that idea. If Eric Sloan was the alpha, I never thought of Eric Sloan as the alpha but I could see where that could totally fit into the story because of Teachers with Ropes chapter and the reference to the Omega or the Alpha teacher. And Eric Sloan being on page 6 of The Thrill of the Chase. I mean, the very beginning of our story, it introduces Eric Sloan and his 50 books that he has written. So, ooh, I like that. Now there's a rabbit hole I could go down right there. Is using Eric Sloan as the Omega. So if 80 is the starting point, maybe that makes 80 the starting point. Never put it that together like that. But
Susie, I can see your eyes light up at the mention of Eric Sloan. I can see your eyes of ping.
Well, any connection is like Eric Sloan has to be connected to the final real solution. I just can't see it any other way. It's just like, it's got to be Eric. But how does Eric Sloan fit into this? So when I hear little sparks, like David just mentioned, with a way of seeing something Alpha and Omega, that I never thought of, Eric being the teacher. But he really is. He is Mr. Americana. He is like the ultimate teacher for not just Forrest, but his books. Eric Sloan's books are like a handbook to how to live. Every one of his books is like book after book after book of knowledge, forgotten knowledge, or knowledge that would be forgotten if it wasn't for him that had written it down. And that's almost the same as, then I can relate that to the Rosetta Stone. That's knowledge that was forgotten. Everybody or whatever, people could read that Rosetta Stone. At what point could people no longer understand what those symbols meant? All of a sudden, people didn't understand that any longer, and so Eric Sloan, and how he wrote everything. He wrote about the tools and not only did he write about them, that's not the important thing. He illustrated them. The illustrations are so important to Eric Sloan books. And then that I can tie in, right? Indy can tie in the illustrations of how important they are in The Thrill of the Chase. And Forrest talks about how important illustrations are in The Thrill of the Chase. So, all this is definitely a rabbit hole I could go down, using, the ultimate illustrator was Eric Sloan. He illustrated Americana. He illustrated how-tos and this and who's he, what's it's, and this is wise, and here's how you make charcoal. I mean, everything is like really amazing.
Susie, Chris is I believe, strong believer that Eric Sloan is a huge part of the story. So, Chris is on board with that.
Lorraine S. asks, what was the name of the river that Forrest and Eric want to buy? There wasn't a name for the river. It was just a river. And you can't buy a river. I mean, you can't buy a river. That's what makes the story so hilarious. They said their wife said no. I think you cannot buy a river. So it's more than, even if a river runs through your land, you still don't own the rights to that water, or whatever. It's that whole.
Hey, Susie, do you think that was a hint towards the riparian access? The fact that everyone has access to the waterways?
Yes.
Yes, is going. I can see it. Because there's a high water mark. I mean, it's like a thing, like a universal thing. And the high water mark, water's high, is where the where you're legally allowed to go in a river, you know, like whatever. There's all these rules behind it. And maybe I think that's.
And is the flood zone, does anyone know anything about this? Never mind. I'm going to look it up first before I speak. I'll be right back.
I'm sure people do know about this stuff. You're right. Eric's Doodles are on Cottonwood Road.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Sweet baby Jesus.
What's the matter, Candy?
Glug, glug, glug. Down it.
You can buy a bridge.
Down it, down it, down it, down it, down it.
Mojo Man Mike says you can buy a bridge over water.
She has as well. Good job. Now fill it up and start again. Repeat.
It's trying to kill me, Susie.
Look, guys, it was on the Madison River, says Carrie Galloway.
I totally agree.
Up the river, you're going to jail.
Oh. The Battle of Deer Creek actually started with Salt Creek because of the soldiers and how they were trying to get out. I remember reading about that. There's also a term of the Battle of Deer Creek, meaning you're stuck in a situation you can't get out of. Different variations, different variations. Oh.
You know what? I'm going to go on record and say I believe that the solution is on the Madison River. I've always thought it might have been.
And there you have it, folks.
There you go, Adam.
When it comes out as being on the Madison, I'm going to play this back to you all and go.
And say.
And go, I told you it was on
Andy
Madison.
told us so.
No, Gallatin.
No.
Gallatin told us so. Gallatin is what reached out to me. It was like, wake the fuck up. It's the Madison.
Yellowstone. I'm willing to narrow it down to Madison River. I think he found a lovely little spot somewhere fishing in. And that was a little. That was.
I keep cross-referencing the images in the book with the Madison River, and there's a certain spot that the images keep taking you to around Harlequin Lake that you just can't deny. So I'm totally 100% supporting Gallatin and her research. I'm just along for the ride.
Although I will say this, one of my friends asked me this. Forrest said that not many people worked out where warm waters hold. So if that's the case, how can it be Madison when not many people worked it out where warm waters hold? Because a lot of
people that are going to Yellowstone have to go past Madison Junction. So
you think it was another point on the Madison where warm waters hold?
Well, you know how Fenn said that Dale came within like what 300 yards or whatever, or wait, no, what was it, 100 yards, which is 300 feet, 100 yards of the chest. And he said that you may have been on like a road or something. Everyone who goes within the park of Yellowstone, they have to go on Madison Junction. That's like the entrance into the park is Madison Junction. So the fact that he said it may have been a road, that right there, in my opinion.
Jack ruled out road. He said a road would be a man-made trail. And so
Susie, do you have an issue with like the special place being near a road, like hearing traffic go by? I've got a real problem with that. I don't think that a special space will be near a road at all. Hearing traffic, like
if that's what the poem says, then I'm fine with that. I think it's going to be near water. I can't see this not.
It's a fishing hole.
It's got to be, because Forrest flat out has said in interview, he's said, I need to be near water. Boom, and
it's a fishing hole.
So when you're going to go to someplace special to die, it's got, for Forrest, that place has got to be near water. I
fish. I'm a fisherman. It's somewhere where he spent a lot of time by himself, hours and hours and hours, just taking it all in by himself. In my opinion, my humble opinion, it was a fishing hole. And I do believe the slip up was when he almost said my favorite fishing hole.
That was one I found. Thank you.
Candy found it. Yeah.
Christy refused to admit it. She was like, that is nothing.
I think it was. I think that was a slip up. He almost said my favorite fishing hole because it was a fishing hole on the Madison.
Mark Lewis, who are you? How did you get a wrench? You changed your name.
With great wrench to come great responsibility.
Mark Lewis. I don't know who that is.
He's very important.
They just put a Spider-Man on your ass.
Capo said, Adam, he said he only went there. Is that true? He only went there a couple of times. Hold
on.
Is that true, guys?
Yes, that's true.
He only went to the spot where he wanted to die a couple of times.
That's the thing, though. You can be in an
weird.
area your entire life, but if you discover a new spot in that area, it's discovering it for the first time. It's maddening that people think like, oh, if he's been at the Madison, it cancels it out because he's been there a bunch of times. Like, do you understand how big the Madison is? Do you understand there's an infinite possibilities of where you can explore the Madison and how you could call the places you explore a certain spot? Come on.
And Carrie Galloway's got a good point. No other river he could have spent more time on than the Madison. The Madison flowed right by his home in West Yellowstone for 20 summers, you know?
Yeah, I agree, Carrie. I mean, a couple of times, I don't...
Brett John says that the asterisk is the frog. How so? How so? I can't relate a star. An asterisk is a star. How could you relate a star to a frog? Be interesting.
And you have Once Upon a While with Fenn catching the little star. Asterisk isn't star. Asterisk actually translates to little star.
Capo, when did he say he went there a couple of times?
Oh, that was years ago when he was doing the answering questions for a class or whatever. That's when he answered that. But that's the thing, though, defining where you go for a couple of times, right? It's just, if you go to, say, a beach, right? Your favorite beach in the entire world. You go to the beach, you've been there a few times. But if you discover a new area at your favorite beach, that's you going there for the first time. So the people that say, oh, he's been there at the Madison a multitude of times, it cancels it out. It's not true, because if you discover a new area in that space where the Madison is, that's you discovering it for the first time.
Yeah, I can see how that could be translated like that very much, because just like going to a lake is, you know, is one thing, but there's so many different areas on one lake that it's like going to a new, even though you've been to that lake many times, going to a different spot on that lake is a different experience. Capro says, Adam, Jack has said the specific spot the chest was on was not important to Forrest. It was only the general area. So maybe the water is not right there, but close, like DeLacy.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, well, Adam, if you had a favorite pub and said to someone, oh, I've been there a couple of times, you know what I mean? Oh, I see. You know what I mean? Yeah, if you say I've been there a couple times, you still like, yeah, a couple hundred times.
yeah, it's a fair point. But Christy, if I had a favorite spot that I wanted to like die at, I wouldn't bury the chest. I wouldn't hide the chest in a general area away from that spot. I would hide the chest in that spot. You know?
But that's the thing, though. Flywater is the chapter that tells us exactly where he wants to die. The trick is figuring out how and what, like how to decipher that chapter. Hulu down and sent it in final place. Like, come on, final place.
Jack said the specific spot the chest was found was not important to Forrest Fenn. Why would he hide it in a spot that wasn't important to him? Why?
I don't know, but RF in the chat says Windows shortcut for asterisk is Alt 42. But what I have to say about that, Eugene, is the asterisk on page 15 is a font used only on Apples, a Mac. It's an Apple. It's not a Windows. It's not a Windows asterisk. If you look on your Windows keyboard, and if you look on your Windows key, your asterisk is a 5-pointed star. On a Apple product, the asterisk is a 6-pointed star. The book asterisk is a 6-pointed star. So hence, I don't think the Windows operating system has anything to do with anything. And that's, I know something that Davio, I don't know if he's still in the chat, he went down that rabbit hole about because on page 46, I want to say it's page 46, there's a picture. There's a picture
Adam just said something was annoying via K-Pro. What happened?
K-Pro says, Adam, this is by Jack said so, not by Forrest Fenn. Jack's all we have. And that annoys me.
What did Jack say?
The chest was hid in a it was hit. Jack has said that the spot was not important to Forrest Fenn. It was only the general area. But I say that Forrest Fenn would have hid the chest in a spot that was important to him, not in some general area.
Susie, finish your thought though.
And K-Pro is saying that
sorry, Susie.
Sorry, Susie. I'm saying K-Pro is saying that all we've got is Jack's word, not Forrest. And that annoys me. Carry on, Susie.
I don't know what I was saying. Something about an asterisk and a
You said something about an asterisk, like 6 points versus 8
the
points.
font, yeah, the asterisk on page 15 in TTOTC is oh yeah, and then on page 46, I think it's 46. Davio went down Office Windows operating system type solution because on the not 46, 44, on page 44, it says, I'm going to show you this picture. It says Office right over the door on. And so he's like, well, Bill Gates, a gate in Office. I don't know what I can't remember his rationale or his reasoning to put that Office software operating system into this solve. But anyway, that's what it reminded me of.
Me of Bill Gates.
And that's fine. It's just a difference between the asterisk. The book was put together using Apple computer or Apple software or whatever because of the you can tell that because of the font, because of the asterisk. It has 6 points. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Office window, Bill Gates, says Davio. Bill Gates is a rich man. Yes, he is. Jen is like, Jen has zip it.
I have something for y'all.
Okay.
Okay, you know how Forrest would not say when he discovered the spot the first time? Because it would give too much away. A lot of people think it has to do with the 1988 fire in Yellowstone. But when you think about that, when you really think about that, and I thought about this a while, 1988, how vast is Yellowstone and how much burned? I don't think that would narrow down too much. So it has to be a specific date that would give too much away.
September 7th, the day he died.
So the specific date of the initial find of the location is too much of a hint that he didn't want to give. Why is that?
Because it was.
Well,
I don't think the spot was his alone. I think it involves someone else, and that date can be narrowed down, tied to this person, this other person, and we could figure it out if we figure out that other person.
Who's your suspicion?
Skippy.
And why do you think that date would be? I mean, June, his sister, you know, and why I say June, well, June 5th, that's the date of the actual find that they're talking about. And that's the date on the Golden Moor chapter.
Mm-hmm.
And that date also shows up on another stamp in the book. So what about Skip? And that wasn't his birth date or his death date, but what other important thing could, you know, what other milestone would be marked by that date?
It's just an absolute theory, but I think Skippy's ashes might be in this location too.
Oh.
Just
like
a complete
the
theory
difference with the gravestones versus the trees.
I'm sorry, Andy, what was that?
Like the difference with the gravestones versus the trees in the illustrations. It's the same spot, just different time zones. Like
possibly, but he mentions Skippy turning alpha. You know, you have the two omegas, so each alpha has an omega. And if he's only been there a handful of times, you know, to be where, I don't know, maybe it was one time where he went to scatter ashes and maybe his are there too.
And Skippy was turning alpha. I mean, that line is in the book.
Right.
Skippy turning alpha. So what does...
I don't know. But I think this might have been a spot, maybe just like bias on my part, because me and my brother, we had a lot of fun, like stomping around the woods when we were kids, and they had a freaking national park in their background, you know, in their backyard. And, you know, it just seems like something, maybe they found a spot when they were kids. And
but we already know this, that came out, that it was Skippy that knew Forrest's special spot. Didn't Forrest say that? Didn't that come out? Isn't that like a known thing?
Yes. He said Skippy would know, or it was either Skippy or his dad would know the special spot.
You said my dad would know. It was during the interview with Marty and Marty's sisters over at Hepkin. There was the cameraman. The cameraman allegedly said that Forrest told him that his dad would know where he hid it.
Right.
I've been down these rabbit holes.
Oh yeah.
Like just like you.
It just more and more speaks to it being Yellowstone in and around that immediate Yellowstone area and no other. It just kind of rules out, for me, it just rules out any other location in Wyoming other than Yellowstone. You know, I mean, I think that can be ruled out. Don't you guys by now?
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I'm being called out a little bit here.
Okay.
As Forrest Fenn ever said, not many people have found where warm waters hold. Is that a true quote from Forrest Fenn?
I've heard people say that.
Several many people. I think he said many people.
He said several.
Oh, so he said
Forrest
several
Fenn,
people. Have worked
Yeah,
out.
I found the
Fennhaven,
first few
several
clues
people.
and went right past the rest.
I think what he said was only one person had identified the correct home of Brown.
But several had found where warm waters hold correctly.
Right.
Okay, well, in that
Actually,
case,
he
Yeah.
said more than
in
several,
that
didn't
case,
he?
I
I'm pretty sure he said
apologize.
more than several.
I've misspoken. I apologize for that. I thought he'd said the opposite, that not many had found where warm waters hold correctly. So that's my error. I apologize for that.
I
Confusing
live and
people.
breathe his quotes. It's sad.
And so it was not only did he mention that more than one, or many people figured out where warm waters halt. I don't know if it was the same quote that he went on to say, or if it was a different one, that many people or several people, or however he equated it, have figured out the first two clues. Or was it the first few clues or two clues? The first two clues, and then went right past the rest. And so when he says that where warm waters halt is the first clue, he said that. We can assume if they found where warm waters halt, if they went past the first two clues, or if they found the first two and went past the rest. So it's got to be a common theory. The real warm waters halt has to be a common theory, just by what we all know now.
Well, Madison Junction is technically allegedly known as the very place that they decided to create Yellowstone National Park as the very first Yellowstone National Park.
Well, that's a wonderful connection. Did that happen on June 5th in 18 yank?
I've never looked that up. All I know is I got two connections. Forrest Fenn got cancer in 1988, and Forrest Fenn died on September 7th. So if you combine September 7th, 1988, it gives you the fires of Yellowstone National Park. And these fires were so extreme that for the first time in history, Yellowstone National Park shut down the park. So that's the combination that I connected.
Right? I'm rolling away. I'm sorry, you guys in chat. It's going pretty fast. How many people we have in here? 79 people watching tonight. Hi, everybody.
And every single one's loving it.
They're all tuned in to watch Adam.
That's not true at all.
We're feisty tonight.
They're here for you, Susan. You alone, and that's why I'm here for you. And that's the reason I'm here.
Hi, Lucky Digger. Hi, Tim Mahaffey.
Mahaffey?
Yeah. Hi, Richard Rutherford. I didn't say hi yet.
Guys, ask us a question in chat.
Yeah, you guys.
Ask us a question.
Where do you want us to go from here?
We're full of knowledge or full of something. I don't know
yeah. Getting polar by in a minute.
We're full. I'm full of gin. I'm full of gin right now. So
full of gin knowledge.
Jesus Christ, we're pretty much down to like straight gin at this point. It's vile.
Yeah, because you asked us to go downstairs and get tonic.
It's 2 flights of stairs. I'm in bed. I mean, Jesus
2
Christ.
flights of stairs. Oh my god.
Oh my god. No, I can't be doing that. I'm just drinking it straight now at this point. It's like I can't taste the blackberry or the blueberry at all. It just tastes like alcohol, but it's so
I'd rather suffer than go down 2 flights of stairs and get some exercise and
oh, it's really strong as well. It's
We'd rather watch you cringe than
God.
Don't leave us. Stay here and choke that down.
What percentage is it? It's gotta be up 20. Oh my!
I don't know. Last time you said
40.
feckin' whiskey was 80%, and it wasn't. So
it's 40%. I'm literally drinking 40% alcohol.
So if you say it's 40%, that means it's probably 25%.
Oh my god! Can you not see that? It's 40%. Can you see it? 40.
Am I supposed to be looking at it? Are you showing?
It's right there, 40.
Okay, it is 40%.
And I'm drinking it straight. So yeah, ask us anything. Now's the time.
That's why he goes.
Really?
Hi, Jack.
There she is.
Is Huli still here?
Okay, question.
Yeah.
Why did Jack say Forrest Fenn called him a genius?
Because in the second book, Too Far to Walk, when Fenn's talking about his preface, he's saying there's an unintended either clue or hint, right? And then he says it doesn't take a genius to figure out. I believe, in my personal opinion, Jack figured out that unintended clue, which helped him. Therefore, that is why Fenn kept calling him a genius.
I think he would have called anybody that figured out his poem a genius.
Candy. If Forrest Fenn called you a genius, would you go out and tell everyone, "Oh, Forrest Fenn called me a genius"? Because I wouldn't. I'll keep it to myself. I wouldn't go out and say
that's the
Forrest
thing,
Fenn
though.
called me a genius.
It's all based off of ego. Like, one, Forrest Fenn himself had an ego. That's why there are certain things that you can find in there. Secondly, Jack basically considers himself the equivalent or the match of Forrest Fenn. He matched his wits to Forrest Fenn. Therefore, if Forrest Fenn called him a genius, he's gonna fucking blurt about it. He's gonna be like, "Oh, Fenn called me a genius," because nobody else was called a genius by him. Like, it's just there you go.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think.
But what if he really did? Don't you think he really did call him a genius? Like, why would he?
Well,
No.
if he did, if it was me, if Forrest called me, Adam, you solved it. Well done. You're a genius. I'll be like, thank you, Forrest. I wouldn't come out and say Forrest called me a genius. I'll be embarrassed to say that. But Jack said it, so I don't know. Maybe he did,
But
maybe he didn't.
After some gin, you might be able to say it.
Right. I don't know if I'd write that in my introduction
I would feel embarrassed calling myself a genius. You know, I mean, Forrest said I was a genius. You know, it's like,
that's what.
So under the definition of genius, there is the word alpha geek.
Jack, are you a genius?
Obviously.
Tell us how you solved it, mate. If you're a genius, come on, say it.
You're gonna try and intimidate him into giving us the solution?
Yeah, I am, Jack. Yeah, I know you're watching, mate.
Oh my gosh!
You
way to go, genius!
You genius! You God,
he's what a spat.
Jack, you genius, mate. How did you solve it? Come on, show us how much of a genius you really are, or not. Good question, though. Good question.
Good question, then. What else you guys got? Let's hear it.
Hey, Susie?
Yeah?
Earlier, whenever we were talking about flood zones and riparian way, did you know there's a flood zone X and a flood zone B? When they the 500 and 100-year marks?
Oh, that's really good. Now there's a rabbit hole I can get down. Oh my God. Now that seems legit.
Heavy loads and water high.
Yeah. No kidding. That's really good.
And then one of the other things that I've been looking at is did you know there was a Madison National Forest?
Yeah.
Yep.
I know Gallatin Ghost knows all this stuff. Because she's a genius too, but they dissolved Madison National Forest and they broke it into Beaverhead, Gallatin, and Deer Lodge National Forests. And the name Madison National Forest was discontinued in what year? December 16th, 1931.
A year after Forrest was born.
Oh. Interesting.
You know, you can still read the river and the high water mark on Google Earth.
Now you guys have the wheels churning.
How do you do it?
That sounds like a lot more fun of an idea than looking up the Omega Man.
Hey, don't hate on the Mega Man. That was a fun one.
I don't hate him, but I like the high watermark idea and that whole river.
I am spending all my morning researching the Omega Man. just so you know that I will be spending.
Let's just be clear.
3 or 4 hours of drinking gin and researching Omega Man on YouTube.
I expect a report, a full report.
And you'll get it. And you'll get it, Susie, next Friday night.
Okay, that's right.
Full report.
There will be a quiz.
Yeah. Is Forrest Fenn the Omega Man? Yes, he is.
Julie is a genius. She's got the info. That's what Tim K says. Yes, she is.
Holly is the most discreet researcher ever. Like, she finds so much good stuff. Like, Holly found Jack on AGK, didn't she? Like,
yeah, she did.
Hid it in plain sight. Holly pulls it out of nowhere. It's like, oh, by the way, Jack's been on AGK. We're like, what? She's just, unsung hero for sure.
I would marry Huli too.
Yeah, I would should say yes. I've asked many times. She keeps saying no.
Hexstar in the chat says 2 Omegas would be 800 plus 800 equals 1600. Oh, I like that so much, Hexstar. And you know why? Because there's so many references to 1600 in the text of the Thrill of the Chase. That number, that 1600, is mentioned several times, whether it be, blatant or abstract, that it's there a lot. And so I did use that whole idea of Omega. I think that's like right in my back of the book.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I have something for everybody too.
Okay, let's hear it.
Something I've been digging down in. Does everyone, Indy, I know you know. Does everybody know that the original working title for the Thrill of the Chase was the Rye sequel?
Oh, really? Not for the book, not the poem, the book.
No, the Thrill of the Chase was originally titled the Rye sequel. That's how profound how profound J.D. Salinger was on Forrest.
And did you know that the original title of the poem was Where the Treasure Lies?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Lies.
And Indulgence was Tarzan.
That's correct.
My book, it says
I went
800 equals 1600 right on my, so I am right there with you on that, whoever brought that to my attention. But the Rise sequel. Okay, so that was okay. So let's use that as what if you looked at the Catcher in the Rye and you ask somebody, what is that book about? Give me what is it about? And the most brief synopsis that I can equate is that it's about the children. It's about saving the kids. It's about him, like he the character J.D. Salinger or Colden Hoffield, like removed, the FU graffiti from the wall. Like he was appalled that his sister's school, who was like in elementary school, had to be subjected to seeing this graffiti, FU huge on the wall. And it was, and he wanted to protect his sister from seeing that. And the whole Catcher in the Rye is an actual poem that is, or a story or a song. Is it a song? Or it probably started out as a poem and then turned into a song about, catching the children or saving the children. So if you want to look at the big picture in Forrest Fenn's treasure hunt, you can look at the big picture on page right in the, with the kids in the school. The big picture could be this, and it's about the kids. And he said, I wanted to get kids off their texting machines and out into the wilderness. And the classroom is outside the window. The classroom is our national parks. Classroom is yellow. His classroom was Yellowstone.
But this is how I think the two tie in. Okay. If the Thrill of the Chase was supposed to be titled The Rye Sequel, and then you have Catcher in the Rye, which brought Forrest out of his shell and made him right. Do you know where Holden Caulfield first popped up?
In a comic book.
He was first thought of by J.D. Salinger when he was in war in 1941 in a story he published called The Slight Rebellion off the Madison.
Yeah, it was I've read about that.
So
wait, it wasn't a comic book, it was a newspaper article, right?
It came out, I can't remember if it was in the New Yorker or Harper's Bazaar, but in 1941, which coincidentally, this is when J.D. Salinger met Ernest Hemingway. Okay. He loved the manuscript so much, he carried it with him into, into D-Day, when that was J.D. Salinger's very first experience in the war. And he had the pages with him. So there you have the prequel, Slight Rebellion off the Madison, Catcher in the Rye, and here's the Rye sequel, Thrill of the Chase.
I went down that rabbit hole.
I like that a lot.
About that too.
Yeah, it ties in. I mean, he had his brother passed away. He had a younger sister, and the whole premise is Holden Caulfield is terrified to grow up. So he thought it was his job to catch these children that would run mindlessly off the cliff into adulthood, try to retain some of that innocence. So where do you go back to when you're grown? You want to go back to your childhood when you were the happiest.
And another tie into that is I can take the Hemingway book, For Whom the Bell Tolls, and tie that back into when the main character from that story wanted to escape the horrible war that he was living and the atmosphere he's living. He would dream about fishing with his father, special fishing spots, and so it was like this. Hemingway used it was in Montana, but anyway, that whole I can connect that the two, to a fishing spot on the Madison. It's a wonderful thing. And that's what it says in the preface of Too Far to Walk. He says, that's right in there. And
yeah, it's a lot of coincidences.
Archie says, if you can't laugh at yourself, call me, I'll laugh at you.
What is Adam doing?
Adam.
I'm here. I'm just on chat, talking to people on chat.
So you're just like...
Someone asked something. On I'm trying to find it. It was a good question. I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, what else do you guys have out in the
Someone talked about Jack interviewing Forrest. Hang on.
When the sun was out, the smell of freedom was more than he could resist. Take the sun under Fremont Butte. Okay.
Here we go. Stephen Creel. Question. On Jack's YouTube channel, there are two videos. One video is a video of an interview with Forrest Fenn. My question is Jack the person interviewing Forrest? Question mark. Is Jack the person interviewing? It sounds like him.
It does sound like.
It does sound like him. However, as I've put in the chat, I don't believe it is him. But it does sound like him.
There's two people in the room, and it sounds like Jack could be one of those two. During that interview,
wait, hold on, what?
People conducting that interview.
Is Jack as Jack interviewed Forrest? Is the question.
Has Jack ever interviewed Forrest? Basically, is what that boils down to. Yeah.
It's a whole conspiracy theory down the hole. But it does sound like him. I'll give you that. It sounds
because
just
Jack
like him.
is a journal or a trained journalist. Like he was, so I can see.
I've had a couple of people message me saying, Adam, listen to this video. It's the same person. It sounds like him, but I don't think it is. I don't think it would be that hard. I don't think Forrest would choose someone to find the chest who's interviewed him. It'd be too obvious, wouldn't it? Surely.
Scrapbook 206, September 2019. Michael Hool, 20-second video. This guy is a genius, says Forrest. Forrest did call Michael Hool a genius. And that, what is Michael Hool's name on YouTube? It's
MEH.
MEH. Yes, thank you.
Jumpstart the Learning Curve, though, is the channel.
Yeah, Jumpstart the Learning Curve. Yes. Forrest thought a lot of him.
I think Forrest always had a plan B. He seems like a man who always had a backup plan. Maybe 2 or 3 backup plans.
Yeah, I think he had backup plans. I think you're right, Gallatin.
So I think probably the year that he signed a DNR or whatever, something had changed
NDA?
with him.
You mean
No,
NDA?
No, a DNR.
Not resuscitate.
Something
that
for him.
Nope.
That was around 2017, 2018, sometime in then. Something had changed, and I think he started making plans then. His family, I believe, gave him a lot of pressure, and I feel terrible because being a part of this community, yes, I emailed him. I feel like we might have, I don't know.
I don't think that, because when Fenn, he did his last 6 questions with mysterious writings, he said what was it, his spirit or something, wasn't it, but his heart was he said he couldn't respond to anyone anymore. So I stopped messaging him. Christy stopped messaging him. I don't know where we get emails from him, and he's like, why'd you stop emailing me? And we're just like, you told us not to. And he's like, I didn't tell you guys, I told the community. And we're just like, oh, okay, what do we do with that? So I don't think necessarily it was the community messaging him. I think it was something else.
Yeah, there was just so much pressure, and that had to be so hard on him that his family just was so over it. But he stayed communicating with people for the community,
Yeah.
At what cost, though? What did that do to him, emotionally and physically? It had to have taken a toll. I personally feel guilty for that. I don't know why, but I do.
Good night, Tim K. He's turning into a pumpkin.
He's turning into a pumpkin. He's a pumpkin.
Is a pumpkin.
He's a pumpkin.
Hang on, there's my dog. Let me mute.
Ooh, there's a pumpkin.
Hey, Susie.
Yeah.
Tyler wants to know if he could come on. He's on the good side now, by the way. He's nice, and he defends us, and he's against the bad channel.
He's been on my channel before.
Y'all hear the crickets?
Yeah.
Only if Susie's outside.
Okay. I'm outside.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of time for Tyler. Tyler's all right.
There you go, Tyler.
Tyler, come on. He has some news apparently, so let's hear it.
Oh, really? Let's hear it.
That's why I sent him the link. I'm like, Tyler's got some news, children.
I have
we all
you
love
guys,
Tyler.
I'm gonna go get another beverage, so I'm gonna give
Are you gonna get another margarita, Susie?
Susie, make it a double this time, okay?
I make another margarita, but
yes.
How do I add somebody else's in charge in case Tyler shows up and you can let him in?
Oh, okay. So you go to participants.
Yeah.
And then you click on whatever name for participants. And then once you click on it, it'll tell you could either make host or whatever.
Make host. Okay, Hindi, you're now a host. For a second, I let Tyler in, and I'm gonna go make another margarita.
A large one, Susie. A large one.
This was a large one.
Larger than that.
Let's see. Okay, let's see.
Larger than life.
Because it's Friday night, right? Friday night, right? Kind of rhymes.
My margaritas are 10% alcohol, so because it says right on the bottle. Yours is 40. So.
Susie, you want 4 to make it up for what I'm drinking.
Oh God, that's so funny.
Okay, I'll be right back, you guys. Candy, you're in charge. Watch for
I let Tyler in.
Oh, he's in. Okay, there he is. Hi, Tyler. I'll be right back.
Tyler.
So I have some personal news that happened today. So I've been MIA all day from my house because I had a date today, and it went amazingly well.
Is that your breaking news?
Tyler, first of all, I want to see your hat on camera. That's what I want to see.
I'm getting my charger real quick.
Oh yeah.
I've been out and about all Lily.
We need to see your hat on camera.
Can you put your hat on, because that kind of makes it for me.
And can we please talk in a British accent for the rest of the night?
I can do that.
No, let's not do that. Let's not talk.
We're going to talk in a British accent for the rest of the night. Huli, are you here?
Oh my God. Let's start talking American accents for the rest of the night.
What?
You can't talk in an American accent. That's the thing.
Oh, you know what, Candy? You would actually enjoy the girl I'm talking to. She's the Harry. No, you like Lord of the Rings. Never mind. Not Harry Potter.
I love Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter. Don't get twisted.
She loves Harry Potter, but she is anti-Lord of the Rings. Oh my God.
How can you love Harry Potter yet hate Lord of the Rings? It's not possible.
Her Nana used to do a binge watch.
Hang on a minute. Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings are very different things. I like Lord of the Rings, but not Harry Potter. Harry Potter is for like kids. It's like a children's films, whereas Lord of the Rings are like for the older generation, like me. So
okay,
that's why.
First off, Harry Potter isn't just for kids or children. Thank you very much. It started off for children, but it progressed into an epic storyline. Okay. You don't know because you never read or watched Harry Potter, Adam. So don't go there.
Hang on. But they are children's books, right? The books are children. Right.
There we go, Adam.
They are children's books. Whereas Lord of the Rings is like for more adult audience.
This is what I've been wearing all day for her. She want me to wear it.
Tyler, you pull off a hat, mate, so well. I wish you could wear a hat as good as you, mate.
I want to see the hat. Hold on. Oh, that's an awesome hat. I like the hat. It's a cool hat.
Fuck me, man.
That's the hat.
You look so fucking cool in that hat, mate. Damn. I can't wear hats. So
He's got hat envy.
I've got serious hat envy. Oh, now he's put the purple one on.
It's brown.
It's purple.
It's like the golden blue dress that everyone was debating about.
Damn,
like
man.
Way down, like way back then, early 2000s.
No wonder you get so many dates, man. So Tyler, what's your news, man? What's your breaking news?
That was a breaking news that I went on a date today, and she called me on the way back when I was on the way back to the house. She was already like, "I missed you," like within the last 5 minutes of my drive on the way home.
I thought you had a girlfriend, no?
Adorable.
I thought you had a girlfriend. That's over then, yeah.
I've been trying hard to forget about that shit, dude. Lily ghosted me, and all of a sudden, now I have a boyfriend, and it hurt like no tomorrow. But I'm in a much better place.
But you've met someone tonight, yeah, that you were like good for.
Yes, I met her last night. We talked last night, and I met her grandmother, and ever since then we on our date today because, of course, it was a last minute decision last night.
Cool, man. That's so good. So good.
And of course,
the hat has it.
Huh?
I said the hat has it.
The hat.
Yeah, your hat.
Man, if I look that good in a hat, I would wear that hat all the time. Like all the time. I'll never take it off.
I want to know where Christy is.
She's in chat.
It was my birthday.
Christy, you missed loads. You missed loads. You missed so much. Christy, you missed so much. Come on, chat. We'll tell you all about it.
I'm ready for my trip to Wyoming.
Oh,
I actually had a conversation. Candy's gonna kill me for this one, but I had a conversation with my girl's grandmother about Buffalo Bill.
I don't know how to respond to that.
That's why I said Candy's gonna hate me.
Tyler, are you gonna try and find solve in Wyoming?
Yeah.
Kenny knows where I stay at when it comes to songs.
He's team Joseph Henry Sharp cabin, even though it's been debunked.
Hey, it wasn't debunked. It's not. You just wait. I'm telling you, the day's gonna come when Candy says, yeah, the treasure chest was at nearby to the Joseph Henry Sharp cabin. I'm gonna go, oh shit. I'm telling you, it's coming. I'm just patiently waiting.
It's been debunked by Fenn himself. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Tyler, did you at least listen to me and delete your most previous video you posted?
Like I said, y'all, all this talk about the scrapbook, yet no one showed me any legit photographic evidence can pertain to the exact quote.
I can't. Gallatin, you still here?
What okay, what?
I'm still here.
Susie, I'm gonna make you back to your host self. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, please do, because for some reason I'm like on the main. I'm on the camera all the time.
That's because no one else is on cam. Oh, now it's me and Indy.
It upsets me that I am.
I'm on camera.
Yeah, but for some reason I was on the camera all the time.
Can you give us some fairy?
Because everyone else was on camera. I'm the only other one. So.
What was Huli saying?
Can you give us some fairy hands, please?
You mean some fairy tales?
Come on, just a little bit.
Just a
little bit.
I ain't there yet. It's night yet young, you know. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Glug glug glug.
Glug glug glug, and then before you know it, I'll be doing fairy hands all night. But it's too early for the night yet.
I don't fairy tales, man.
Hey, Huli.
There's a shit.
What number mojito are you on?
2.5.
Oh my god,
Really?
2.5.
Okay.
This is a margarita. You guys.
Actually, I'm right there with you. I'm on 2.5 too.
Cheers, Susie.
Guys,
Thank you.
I'm like 5 in here, 6 in, 7 maybe, and you all on 2.
You're just...
Don't forget the football game before you got here.
Susie, I've been out all night drinking from like 6 o'clock in the afternoon. I've almost done 12 hours, almost.
Trooper, man.
So to hear like I'm 2 in, I'm 2.5 in. Nah, I'm not having that. You need to catch up.
Sound like a professional.
Bigger.
Don't try this at home.
You know you have an alcohol problem when all your cans are empty.
Live on the rivers.
Hold on.
What are the difference between jazz hands and fairy hands?
Well,
with fairy hands, you tell fairy tales.
Adam.
Yeah, jazz hands are like this. Fairy hands are like this.
Somebody screenshot.
That's the difference. And also about 9 pints as well.
Oh,
but we didn't talk
there
about,
you have it, folks.
we didn't talk about that.
Something
breaking news.
on me too.
What's the breaking news?
I am breaking news, but I just thought of something going on. So guess what else my girl likes? Y'all never guess. Coins.
That's
Wow.
cool.
Oh, you found yourself a girl that likes coins.
Yep.
Mrs. Penny,
A match made in heaven.
Lady of the Pennies.
Awesome. Good for you, Tyler.
Yep.
I'm happy for you.
I appreciate it.
Hey, Susie,
Yo.
guess who said they will possibly be on your Zoom in like 30 minutes?
I can't
Alan
stand
Kelly.
the suspense. Oh, Alan.
Oh,
We
get
love
him on.
Alan.
Get him on now.
We love Alan. We do. He's got kids
Alan-
to deal with though, so he's got to wait for everybody to go.
Alan's got great theories, great, research
he
to talk
does.
about, especially DB Cooper style. So
Eric Sloan, excuse me.
that too.
Eric Sloan.
I heard
Alan is one.
JHS.
Joseph Henry Sharp.
You knew it was going.
Exactly.
And Nikolai Feshin, I can drag into that too, because I just connected that, the alpha teacher, that perhaps Eric Sloan was an alpha teacher, but who also Eric Sloan lived on the property that he rented a house from, not Joseph Henry, Nick, was it Feshin? Now I'm, oh my God.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
fashion.
yes,
Yeah, it's
yes, you're right.
fashion.
Yeah, he rented a house, or that turned into a chicken coop in later years. It was like the guest house in Taos, right? So and Eric Sloan said he learned, so that I don't know. I just see an artist to artist to artist connection, and then the alpha omega alpha teacher just makes me think. Chief Joseph, famous quote, "I've done it tired and now I'm weak from where the sun stands." Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Brent, John. Yeah, that's, I would not be surprised if that wasn't something that ended up being a part of the solve, was that Chief Joseph quote or tie-in. I'm trying to read the chat, but looking for something. What you guys, what everyone in the chat, where do you want to go from here now that I got a full margarita?
Guys,
Also my fault.
We need deep questions, like proper deep questions to talk about.
Oh,
You mean like philosophical questions?
Eugene's in Santa Fe right now.
Exactly.
Awesome, Eugene.
He's doing research in Santa Fe.
Like Susie is like 3 deep in now, so you can ask her anything and she'll answer.
Worst hangover was when I woke up in Juarez, says Mark G. Tequila.
So K-Pro has a question. She wants to know what Adam's one thing that he would like to not know about the chase.
How do you even answer that?
Yeah.
Holly, you know I can't answer that.
Before.
You know I can't. Yeah, and I'm blowing it off again. I can't answer that. You know I can't answer that.
That's because you have secrets.
I don't want to. I don't want to lower the mood of the whole room talking about that stuff. I've heard things I wish I never heard. We'll leave it.
Sounds like deja vu.
I want to hear the things you've heard that you never wish you heard.
I wish
because how do you know they're real? How do you know it's not just BS, just pushing buttons, just
I hope it is BS, but I suspect it isn't. But I wouldn't want to burden you with what I've heard because I wish I hadn't heard it. And if I told you, Susie, you'll wish you hadn't heard it too.
I want to know your secrets. Tell them.
No,
did you hear some candy? Is that what it is, Adam?
Huh?
I said, did you hear some candy? Is that what it is, Adam?
No, I didn't hear.
I did not say anything. Hence why I'm trying to pry it out of him.
I can't tell you where I heard it from, but
I know. I was just poking fun at Adam because I know you and Adam used to talk all the time about your soft candy.
That just means Adam's London laddie. Try and fight me on this.
I'm not London laddie, and I can't tell you what I know.
London laddie.
Hi, Lavender Blonde. I see Lavender Blonde.
Susie, if I told you, Susie, you'll be like, Adam, I wish you hadn't told me. So you know what I'm going to do?
Or would I go, I don't believe you. That sounds like crap.
No, I think you'll believe me. I believe it. That's why I'm like, oh my God, I believe it, but I wish I hadn't heard it. So
Caper tells you, Adam, to make it funny because it is hilarious.
But it's not, though. How can you make it? No, it's not hilarious. I can't make it funny.
Now I really want to know what you're talking about. That's the thing. Like, what are you hiding?
Now I've made it even more intriguing to everybody, and it's like, oh,
we're demanding the source.
Yeah,
we want to know the source.
You did to me earlier. Now it's your turn.
I'm in way too deep here, aren't I? Thanks, Capo, for that. I appreciate you putting me in this position. Holly, Susie, I'll tell you privately. Shh, off Zoom.
After hours.
I can't tell you now. I can't, guys. Trust me. You don't want to know. Believe me. You don't.
I think he's part of a documentary.
Oh, nah.
He's a
documentary. A psychiatrist.
What?
I think Adam's either a documentarian, a psychiatrist, or
I vote for psychiatrist. I'm pleased you are making good of your laptop and the subscription the other gentleman got you. Thank you, Gene. Yes, it is true. Eugene bought this laptop that I'm talking to you guys on. And Atlantic Coast, who was in the chat earlier, bought me a year's subscription to Zoom. So I could have everyone on at once. So thank you very much, Eugene, and for bringing that up in Atlantic Coast. Hey. I never met these people. I've never met Eugene RF in the chat or Atlantic Coast in real life, but yet they've given me hundreds of dollars. So explain that.
Hey, Susie.
Yeah.
I got you one of those big bling drinks.
What are those? You know what? Yeah, Kate Christie says the documentarians won't even touch what Adam knows. I disagree. I think they're going to be all over that, Christy. I think that negativity sells right now, and I think they will be all over
that. He's setting his ass up even more so.
I reckon they'll be all over that, Christy.
Oh, Christy knows what I know, yet I won't say what I know.
Well, you know, Candy, you know it. You know it. So
I told you what I told you. Something Candy told you.
I reckon they'll be all over it. So I don't believe for a second that they wanted to cheat, because I reckon they do want to cheat.
Just tear it off like a Band-Aid, Adam.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I love that you got involved.
It's not even a secret, but like people know it, but I don't want to talk about it because it's like, I don't know, it just lowers the tone of the whole place. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Can we just address the situation, please?
Christy, if you want it, you say it. You know what I'm talking about, so you put it out in chat, and then I can talk about it.
No way would I doubt a K-Roll would ever. She's not gonna.
Hey Adam, who's the source? Who told you?
Which one?
Adam sounds like
I hate you guys right now.
Hey, I have said nothing. I'm just sitting here.
Do you pass or do you hate Jen?
I don't have any sources. I'm just
Stevens here with hard-hitting questions and breaking news, and we want to know.
I'm just drinking gin tonight. That's what I'm doing.
It's like making Adam's face squish like he's smelling something bad.
I just like make that's so funny.
Oh god.
Very funny.
I want to
I don't know
what Adam
anything.
knows.
You know what I know. You know everything that I know and more.
How do I know what you know if I don't know what you know? Come on.
I believe that.
All
You
the
know
content.
more.
I don't know anything. I'm told very little.
Well, very little is more than what I'm told.
I'll tell you privately, Susie. Message me.
Oh man.
All I have to say is I'm shaking my head right now on camera. I'm just shaking my head.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see you shaking your head.
Okay, you guys, what else you got?
Adam has extra cotton. Fennhaven Friday. I see Albert.
Hi, Albert.
Hi, Albert. What the hell?
Susie, if you could have one bit of information right now, other than the solution or the location, what would it be?
Oh, good question. Good question, Holly. Why? Why? My question is why? I don't know. That's about all I have. Why are you torturing us like this?
Mine would be what's ablaze. That isn't the solution, is it? What's ablaze? That
Okay, yeah. Okay, so you don't get to know the solution, and you don't get to know. Okay, where warm waters halt? Then let's hear it.
But Fen said that if you knew where the Homer Brown was, you could go right straight to it.
So you think what would you want to hear? You would want to know where Homer Brown was then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if you listen to what he's been saying and what he's been quoted as, right? Versus what we have in the poem, it sounds like if you did actually know what the Homer Brown was, you really could go right straight to it. So therefore, do you need to know where Warmer's Halt? Because it sounds like where Warmer's Halt was in fact the Homer Brown.
Maybe. Let's know that. That's true. Hey, but Hooli, what would you like to know? Let's hear what you have to say.
What would Hooli do?
What would Hooli do?
You caught me red-handed. I have no idea.
You can't know the location, and you can't know what was the other thing. The answer to the poem. No, was that it? What are the rules? I forgot. These are your rules.
The solution and the location. I would want to know Forrest's family secrets or any secret, like his secrets.
Ah, good one.
Like, was he a Russian spy? Was he CIA? Was he just all those interesting little tidbits about his life that we speculate about? But he says, I'd like to have done the things that I was attributed to, but some of them he was attributed to, he may have actually done.
And that whole Russian spy thing, that's really interesting because of his art, his Russian artist relation to the Southwest artist, fashion. And who's the other Russian artist? There was two of them. Can't think of it now, but that is interesting. Hooli, he was CIA. Ooh.
It was fashion in Voboda.
Yeah. Setmir Voboda. Olga's
dad.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's somebody else too, though. It feels like somebody else.
Yeah,
The
there was
female
his friend
lady.
that crashed in the airplane. His name was Wolfie. He was also Russian, I believe.
Woofy and Wen. No, I don't think they were Russian. No. But that's not who I'm thinking of either. It's it's gonna drive me crazy. No, it was another
Drink more margarita.
artist that he handled in his gallery, and it was a big deal. I can't think of it. Doesn't matter. Yeah, drink more margarita. Never mind. Oh, I see my name. Do you think look quickly down could mean look quickly west because of the mountain man wisdom info from looking for Lewis and Clark? Down equals west. Sun goes down in the west. Lavender blonde. I really like that. I think that's how it's going to be. I think that's how we're going to find these connections in the book, the hints in the book to the locations in the poem are going to be things like just what you said. I'm rereading. Sorry, everybody. Do you think look quickly down could mean look quickly west? Yeah, why not? I'm good with that. Did you work off a do you have a whole solution based on that, Lavender Blonde? Did you use that in your own connections? Attributed art is something he wished he was good at. Look up attributed art. I can't look up nothing.
You sound like me, Susie.
I can't. Margaritaville. Yep. X marks the spot. I'm afraid we're in Margaritaville at this point.
That's what you said.
I'd want to know, seriously, with your question, Huli, I'd want to know why the spot was so special to him.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Why? Doesn't that have to be like the key, to why he chose it? Is it something special to his family? Is it special only to him?
Yeah, Gigi, I'd love to know that as well.
Good question.
I don't know.
Where does water stop? Says nice guy. Where does water stop?
To reword the, I think it was Fully's question that asked, or that said it. I mean, I'd like to know what that thing was that was special and dear to Finn, because that might get us to somewhere instead of just asking for that location. You know what I mean?
Isn't that what Gallatin just said?
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
what was the one word that was key that could have helped us?
That
What's
would be
that
good.
one key word?
I still think it was it.
I think it was I.
I think it was I.
I think it was put in.
It.
Adam, Tyler? Is that
Sorry,
on sleep?
me and Adam are going back and forth on Messenger.
Is that
And
asleep?
I love it.
Adam.
That is I because
Asleep?
Is he
Are you
broken?
serious? I'm wide awake.
Is he breathing?
What are you talking about? I'm here and alert. Listen to everything that's been
What
said.
about?
K-Pro asked, do we think Jack knows why the spot is important to Forrest? No, I think that Jack has told us in his writings that he never got to ask Forrest that, or he never. I think that's a known thing that he doesn't know why it was important. That he wishes he would have got time or whatever to ask him something like that. Let me know if you guys probably, let me know if you're wrong, if I'm wrong. I actually have no idea why the spot is important. It was just encoded into the poem, and that encoding picked his spot. No, I don't think fuck you, asshole.
You know what?
Us.
Susie, I'm going to say, fuck you, asshole. You change your name, man. I mean, Jesus Christ. Please change your name. I can't even bring myself to say it. Just make it a more, family-friendly name, please. It's a favor.
Wait, who?
Oh, I can't even say it. It's so rude.
Oh, fuck you, asshole.
It's
that's
chosen
a real person.
the most offensive name you could pick.
That's a real person. He
comes out with some half decent stuff, but you can never say it because his name's so offensive. Change your name, mate, and we can talk about it more.
You could just say,
good luck with that.
A-hole.
Yeah, FUA will be like acceptable, but I don't know, man. Seems a slightly inappropriate handle to have.
Forrest told us that he knew the spot. He was going to make it work no matter what. So it wasn't reverse engineered. I have to debunk you, asshole.
Oh God.
Gin is fun.
Oh God, I need to open the window. I'm so hot. Jack saying he knew the spot was important with an attempt to romantic distraction. Oh, I don't know about that.
Hey Adam, do you wear glasses?
No, why? Am I squinting at the screen?
A little tiny.
No, I don't wear glasses. Maybe I should have to wear them. Maybe I should go for a night test. Maybe it's a gin. Maybe it's
gin goggles.
Blowing my vision somewhat. After half a bottle of 40% gin, maybe that's what's affecting my vision.
Lucky Digger says Leon Gaspar. Thank you, Lucky Digger. Leon Gaspar. That's who the other Russian artist was. Thank you. That was going to drive me crazy. Gabriel says, when Susie says the name, it doesn't sound that
bad. Oh, that's funny because it's true. It is, yeah. When you say it doesn't sound that offensive. I can't bring myself to say it. In case of kids and children in the ear.
There's no trouble.
I was mad that Google that day. I picked my name.
Fuck you, asshole. I was mad at Google the day I picked my name.
That's really split.
Yeah, but you can change it, man. You can go in and change it to something much more.
Okay, you guys, fuck you, asshole is actually three leaf blaze in the Chase community.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
Don't you mean 5-leaf blaze? 3-leaf. Is it 3-leaf? Like
now I'm gonna get a message from because me and 5-leaf talk all the time. I don't know. Why can't he put my name up?
Oh man.
Susie, why did Jack never visit Forrest after the first time?
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's great.
Why do you think, Susie?
Put the whole name up. I want to get a whole message.
He had 3.5 months to go and visit him. He never went. How come?
Well, COVID, or it could be a lie.
COVID my ass.
Or it could be a lie. Or it could be that he really moved to Santa Fe and didn't want anyone to know he was there, obvious reasons. And Forrest visited him instead of him visiting Forrest. That way he could say he never visited Forrest.
What?
Conspiracy. Fairy hands.
God bless you, Susie.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
Well, yeah. If you don't believe what Jack says, like anything could be possible. Anything could be true.
You know, what? We got a whole paragraph right now sitting.
What?
No,
that sounded code.
I thought I was gonna get a whole fucking paragraph from 5 Leaf Plays about Candy messing up the name.
It was an honest mistake, you guys. At least I remembered. It was something Leaf.
It's all good, Candy.
At least like you dumb bitch, you fucked it up.
Our app says ring, 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 ring. Hello, and who's calling? Hi, this is fuck you, asshole.
Lavender Blonde says the 3-leaf plant will give you a rash, kind of like a blaze.
He says some more decent stuff, but I can't read him out because he's always like, fuck you, assholes.
I can't take you seriously because of your name handle.
You gotta change your name, pal. I don't know who you are, man, but you gotta change your name.
That's what makes it so good.
Fuck you now.
It's a cipher.
It's 5 Leaf. It's 5 Leaf Plays. See, I'm fucking saying, oh shit! Now I get a whole message.
Yeah.
I white girl can't even right now.
Oh.
Hey, Susie, have you and Eric been on a date lately?
Yeah.
Where did you
Eric,
go?
who?
What did you do?
Eric who? Did somebody just say Eric who?
Yeah, that's me.
Who's Eric? Who's Eric?
Oh my goodness.
What's an Eric?
Eric is 5 Leaf, I believe.
Is Eric that YouTuber who makes like what's his name?
Adam, you just now. You're probably elsewhere.
Oh, Mrs. Susie Sloan.
Oh,
I don't know who Eric is.
oh
Eric
no.
Sloan.
Oh, Eric Sloan,
Eric
yeah.
Sloan. I knew she meant.
Who died in the 1970s.
My fake husband. Oh man.
This is like Bumfuck, Georgia, all fucked up.
We made fuck you asshole laugh out loud.
That's a feat in itself.
Oh man, he's got to change his name.
Yeah, this is pretty. Who do we have 72 people watching? Like, I'm kind of embarrassed.
They're loving it though.
I want to
Susie.
know who Susie went on a date with.
They're loving the content. Wait, Susie went on a date? Who with? How did I miss this?
You guys aren't real. You guys are not real Fentubers.
Oh my god. Susie, was it a FenTuber?
Oh, definitely.
This talk for his friend all night. You talk about Eric Sloan all night.
Oh my stars. Oh, Hooli.
Girl,
what have you done?
It's fun, isn't
Did
it?
she just say, oh my stars?
I did.
Did you actually go on a date, Susie, with a FenTuber?
That's Cooley who it was.
Really, who was it?
We heard Eric.
Ring, ring.
Oh
My god.
Ring, ring.
I tell you what, yeah, this Forest fan things brought so many people together. There's so many couples that have got together because of it. Like I know with there's Meeps and her fella. There's
Czar.
Sasha and Jason Dent. There's obviously Christy and Mike, and I'm sure there's some more that I don't know about. So
well, it's Eric Sloan. Don't you get it?
Oh my god, I quit. Y'all are fucking fired. Y'all are fucking fired.
It wouldn't be the first time.
It would be
Here
for
I'm
me.
all thinking, oh, Susie found and met someone that's like, you know, into the fun stuff, totally into her. Oh, his name's Eric. That's so cute. I wonder how their date went. Bitch, really, 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 you're fired.
Eric.
Oh,
Isn't that YouTuber who does the videos called Eric? What's his name?
Yeah, the one that's so obsessed with his cats. It's disturbing.
Why must
Eric
I
Johnson.
go? Isn't that Eric?
No, that's Troy. Eric Johnson. It is what it is. Productions.
Yeah.
He roasts Rudy if you're just coming in. Run.
Rudy, then grab a drink of choice.
Oh no, Rudy, stay. We're having so much fun.
Did you all see Rudy's video? He
Please ask us an intelligent question.
he won an ATM machine in an auction.
Yeah.
Wow.
What is he gonna do
for
with
$20?
that ATM machine?
Was there any money in it?
Well, he spent more than $20 buying a saw.
Susie, you need to admit Alan Kelly. He's in the waiting room.
Yes, I see him coming, Alan.
Get him in.
He's just like, admit me, please.
Come in, Alan. The water's fine.
Could you dip your toe in it?
The water's warm. Welcome. It's the first clue.
Holy cow.
God.
You guys, look at it. That was like record time.
Susie, you're lagging behind still. I'm telling you, look at that.
All right, I'm gonna have one of these fake beers then.
What the fuck is a fake beer?
When you say fake, do you mean like alcohol free?
Well, it's 2.3% alcohol. 2% alcohol. 2%.
So basically,
that is a waste of a drink.
Exactly.
It's near beer.
Exactly.
Go make
so when you slam margaritas, it's best
Susie.
to have a fake beer afterwards.
Candy, are you still drinking?
Alan. Hi, Alan.
Candy, are you drinking or are you finished?
I'm drinking. See, it's over there.
Hi, Alan K.
If Susie has to drink another thing of margarita, you gotta drink Fireball Candy.
Oh, I'm not gonna go back down for that. I got a beer and 7-Up in my cooler, and that's how that's gonna go.
I tried.
Alan, save us. What do you have to say?
Well, I actually came on because Adam said to private message him for that information, and so Adam, I'm private messaging you now. So what's up?
You know that isn't what I meant. You know that isn't what I meant. Alan, I will PM at you, mate. Don't worry about it. I'll PM at you. But I'm telling you, once you hear it, you'll wish you never heard it. I wish you never heard it.
You'll have to use earbuds.
Yeah.
For a couple hours.
Some things you want to unhear. That's one of them. Trust me.
Can you allude to at least what you're speaking about? Is it something relating to forest or finders or solvers or like? I have no idea.
Yeah, it's about forests.
Okay.
But I don't want to say in front of like 70 odd people in case, I don't know, it upsets people. It's kind of like when I heard it, I was, wow, I wish I hadn't heard that. So I don't want to inflict all the people in here with hearing it in case they don't want to hear it. So PM me, man. I'll tell you about it in private message.
Well, I actually couldn't figure out how to PM you. So I tried to find you on Facebook just now.
Yeah,
you're probably on Instagram. I'm sure you're on TikTok.
No, I'm on Facebook, man.
He's on TikTok.
No, I'm not on TikTok at all.
He's
I'm on
totally
Facebook.
on TikTok.
I'm on Facebook, man. It messaged me on Facebook. I put my name in chat, so you get my full name.
It
He
is
is on TikTok.
It is nice of you though to think about all the other people though, where you say one thing bad about Forrest and you get 90 people that get really upset at you because Forrest can do no wrong, and
Forrest can do no wrong.
Well,
Adam said something about Forrest. I will cut him.
Don't get to say anything about Forrest, especially when it's hearsay.
I'm kidding, guys.
Susie, you're bang on. People love Forrest Fenn, and for good reason, And I'm not here to like knock the guy down and like say stuff. And Susie, you're right. There's no firm evidence behind it. It's just things I've heard that have been a bit like, oh, that's a bit dodgy. So I don't want to say it in a public forum in case it isn't true.
I'm sure
if it
it's
isn't
not.
true. If it isn't true, I definitely don't want to hear about it. But there's some true things that you also don't want to hear about. Like there's one story that Forrest said in an interview in Vietnam. He was flying with like a general, and they were shooting packs of wild dogs because one, the wild dogs kill people that crash in planes or anyone that's down there. But he said he had fun shooting wild dogs, and in my mind, that's horrible. Like, and this is one small thing.
Horrible.
Like one small thing, and he said he had a fun time like shooting packs of wild dogs.
And Forrest Fenn said that.
Yeah. Yep.
That's borderline psycho.
But what's the difference between a wild dog and a wild
anything
wildebeest or whatever?
Nothing. At all.
It's just the word dog. And Forrest absolutely loved dogs. So there's no way Forrest is going to shoot a dog for fun. It just doesn't compute.
But Alan,
I don't know. I just got a little
the difference is Forrest said that himself, right? Forrest said himself he shot dogs. But what I've heard,
wild dogs.
Yeah, but what I've heard's not come from Forrest's like mouth, so that's why I'm reluctant to say it on a public forum. In case it isn't true. That's why.
That is fair.
Fair enough.
And the other, I don't like to talk bad about him either. But there are things that he did that he acquired things in certain ways,
Penny says, I heard they shot elephants too. I heard that as well, that he had said that they had to call him something else because that was so upsetting to people that they had to shoot elephants. He had to shoot people. He had to shoot other people too. So, the horrificness of war is brought into this story, is a part of Forrest Fenn, is a part of his life that he had to do things that he's like, just like he said when in his scrapbook or in Too Far to Walk, his regret of shooting a mountain lion or for money, for that reward. And he didn't ever do it again after that, or whatever. It's just like, it was just too much. But that is a part of our story here. It really is, that he shot animals and people because that's what it was,
Yep. And that's kind of where I'm telling Adam. I'm sure Adam's nugget of information is different. It's probably not about shooting things. I'm guessing it's something very different. But I'm just saying that Forrest has done things that not everyone agrees with. He's not, an angel, but he's awesome, so.
Yes, that's right. That's right. You don't have to be an angel to be awesome.
Yeah, he made a great treasure hunt. No one could take that away from him. So that's a fact right there. He made a great treasure hunt. It's just a shame that we've got such a crap ending to it,
But, worst ending ever.
But is this really the ending, you guys? This can't be the real ending.
It's been a fucking year.
Well, it's been a year, Susie.
Only a year.
This is
look at it that way. It, I think it's more complicated behind the scenes than what we're privy to. And so this can't be the ending. I don't think it's the ending. This can't be. It can't leave. There's no closure. It can't just be, I'm done, I'm walking away, and there's no end for everyone else but one person. I don't think Forrest meant for it to be cruel. I don't think this is his treasure hunt was a experiment in cruelty, in people never knowing the answer. When the answer, maybe because it was never found, people never knew, that's a different story. But people not knowing after it is known, that is something entirely different. I see my name in chat. No, this is not the ending. It's just the start. It's just started, in my opinion, says RF. I hope so. The gold is gone, but the chase is still on, says Jens Esser. And he's the documentarian who is in my chat, who I see. Hi. Interesting.
What's up, brother?
God is in the forgiveness business. I used to be.
Hey, Susie, I have a question. Because
Okay.
talking about like endings and like, obviously this is a weird ending, crap ending, shit ending, however you want to call it.
Yeah.
The worst
Jack-
ending.
Worst ending
Ever.
ever, all those things. If Jack came out and said, here's exactly where it was, here's like the spot, here's everything, like, would your life be better or worse because of that? Like the fact that I think Adam was just saying, it's been a year and we're all still here, like all of us, like having fun, laughing, kind of getting upset at each other, but still enjoying the chase. So if the chase ended, would you be better off or would you be worse off? Like if
Better, without a doubt in my mind.
Then what are you gonna do with all your free time? What do you do on your Friday nights?
Oh, wouldn't it be fun to find
Apparently
out?
get drunk on camera
Or-
and go live on YouTube.
But then talk about what? Like, oh, that's where he found it. Okay, that's the end of that. No conspiracy theories. There's no atom bodies. There's like,
Oh, I think it's only going to be a giant, I think it's going to be, I don't think the story's going to end there. I think it would be such a relief to know why, that I think that outweighs anything else you could pile on negative. What do you think, Alan?
oh, I mean, I'm biased. I definitely wanted the spot, but
Yeah.
I feel like
I
that
want
would
the
end-
solve. I don't
I
need
feel
the
like that
spot.
would cut the community in half. Is what I'm thinking. Like these events wouldn't happen. There's nothing fun to talk about. There's no conspiracy theories. There's no breaking news. It's just the end, which would be good to know. But that's the end of it, and then it's the end.
Well,
Alan,
let's just hypothetically- Go ahead.
Alan, do you not think that there'll be like at least 6 months of content about the solution once it's released?
Yeah.
If he shares a solution, what if he just shared the spot, like the GPS
No,
solve type
that's
thing?
not acceptable.
Okay,
No,
all right.
no.
Well, he's not going
It's
to do
the
either.
solve.
But
It's
But
the
you could
solve.
you could surely back engineer it from the from the spot, surely. At least you would hope you could.
yeah, you should be able to.
No, at this point, it's like the only thing that seems acceptable is the actual, here is the poem, here's where I found the clue in the book. See right here, line whatever, this word whatever, this is where I found this is where I found this is how it went, click, 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 click. That's like, I feel like that is the only thing that's gonna free me from obsessing about what this is, not the location. It would still be there would still be a need, even if he said this is where it was, and I'm not going to tell you how the poem was solved. I'm just going to say this was the spot. It still would not be satisfying until somebody told me, or I figured out, or whatever, how we got there, how those pieces fit together to bring, to go there. I think those two things are separate. The location and the solve are two separate things. And I think the solve is more important than location.
I agree.
Well, I mean, how would you, let's just say hypothetically speaking, the solve, or not the solve, but the location was a very popular location that was searched and was a close to a popular solve.
What about that?
How would y'all feel about that? Anything that stuff was released?
That'd be fine. I mean, that's fine. It's irrelevant. That's the irrelevant part. And whether I had anything right ever or not is irrelevant. I mean, it's not about proving myself. It's about the ability of letting go of this giant mystery, you know, this need, this human need to solve things, to know answers.
Yeah, but I'm just saying for the other folks, you know, like such as like that are very keen and obsessed with their solve. You know what I'm saying?
Well, those people are never going to believe it anyway. You know, if some people are so convinced of their own area, their own solve, their own solution, that it doesn't matter if Jack said, this is how I solved it in this location, they're going to still go, it was in New Mexico or whatever.
What if Ben had released the solve before he died? Let's just, you know, hypothetically speaking.
Then bless his heart, man. That would have been, you know. Or what if you put that in a time capsule? Hey, you know, like after so long, something's going to trigger, you know, something beyond the grave from Forrest. That would be acceptable.
I mean, I have a feeling there's like a solve or solution contained within like an envelope or something for the lawyer, but I don't think he's releasing nothing.
I don't know. I mean, you can't, that's all speculation too, though, Tyler. I mean, we don't know that yet. Or
yeah, like I said, it's just, I mean, it was just food for thought, you know what I'm saying?
I'm reading the chat and Doug Carver says, at the end of the video with Jack, didn't poor his friend said, I wish I never said something. Oh, yeah, in that video, the reporter or the person talking totally made Forrest say, he let him
Where
on
did
to
Adam
say,
go?
well, the poor guy had to probably either go get more tonic. Oh, there he is.
He looks like he fell down and hit his head.
Did you fall down and hit your head? Oh, he's like, oh my God, shut my video off and my microphone. I just lost track of chat. Sorry, you guys. And I was reading something. Sorry, I'm lost. Do elevator music goes here.
No, the cricket's better.
While you're reading and coming up with something to say, so I emailed Jack a couple days ago and I asked him how early he thought the fake blaze was made, whether it was closer to 2010 or closer to when he found it. And he said it seemed like it was like within the last year or so. So I thought that was interesting because in my mind, my crazy warped mind, I'm like, I thought maybe Forrest Fenn did it, like, because how cool would that be if Forrest made a fake blaze? So anyway,
because I thought Jack had said flat out that the fake blaze appeared to have been there for a long period of time, for a while.
He said 2018.
I could pull up. Oh yeah, he said within the last year, or I could pull up his email, but it's been basically.
I thought at 2018 when he or you know, it was there in place a long time before 2018 is what I. Oh, that's really interesting, Ellen, because I thought that was I thought that was an old
what you said
fake
too.
blaze.
Let me pull
Are
up
you?
exactly what he
I
said.
thought it was an
I
old
think I
fake.
remember hearing
Jack
something
said
about
it was
that.
an old fake blaze, but if Alan's got new information,
Verbatim, my guess is at least a year before I found it, but it's hard to say. That's what he said to me.
and he insinuated previous that it was much older than that.
And then I said, like, thanks for the reply. I thought maybe Forrest made it. And then he replied, yeah, he wouldn't do that. And it's those kind of quotes from Jack that I'm like, how do you know he wouldn't do that? Like, Forrest was a fake, he was a forger. He sold forgeries. We're talking about him being the Omega Man, for Christ's sake. Like, that's
Right.
exactly what he would do. He's a forger and not a fake. He's not a fraud. It's not. It's that's perfectly
he's
what
a
he
rake.
would do. Yes, he's a rake. I love that word. So, anyways, Jack said it was within the last year. You know, about a year. If that helps anyone. So don't go looking for like a carving on a tree that looked like it's been there for 10 years. You know, that's not the fake blaze.
And he already said that the fake blaze is not a carving on a tree. Jack said that in one of his responses. It said, no, it's not. It's something that can be seen from far away, and it's not a carving on a tree.
Yeah. And it's elaborate, which is strange. Yeah. I would love details on just the fake blaze, like what that is.
Why can't he just tell us what it was? Why?
Why can't he tell us any
because
of these things?
he said he destroyed it and removed it, so it wasn't there to trick anyone else. So why couldn't he just say it was this and I took it? It's gone. There's no reason.
It's not feasible to remove the real blaze, but it's feasible to remove the fake blaze, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
The elaborate fake blaze.
I think Tyler tipped over.
No, I'm just chilling.
Oh.
I just got my phone. I'm almost at the ceiling.
Right. I'm looking at my chat over here. I thought the fake blaze was there a long time and elaborate. Alan Gallatin.
Allenton. It was elaborate, but Jack, I mean, he just told me it was. My guess is at least a year before I found it, but it's hard to say.
Jack appreciated my elevator music. Alan, Jack destroyed the fake blaze. Yeah, we know that.
He destroyed it.
Yeah.
Just picture him like knocking something small over. It's like a cat.
Doug Carver says, sorry about that, Susie, but sometimes YouTube doesn't let me use voice chat the way I want. Oh, Doug Carver is using voice and not really typing. I see.
Oh, I can't get that in there.
Blaze, when Jack speaks of it, is a person. Remember that. Now go back and read knowing this. No, he doesn't. It created a fake blaze that could be seen from a distance. Well, could that be a person?
Wait, Susie, are you saying that Jack said it could be seen from a distance? Is that a real quote?
Yeah. He said, not too far from his parking spot, he spotted a fake blaze.
Oh, but boots on the ground, though, not like Google Earth type stuff.
Right, boots on the ground.
Yep. Okay, cool. That makes
Jack said, boots on the ground in the distance. He saw a blaze, what he thought was a real blaze. And that's
which is crazy because he seems to know what the blaze was. And if he thinks he saw a fake blaze from afar, that's kind of telling.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, like I pictured going into a forest and having to find a specific tree with like a tiny carving and like being right there. That's the only way to see the blaze.
Well, then he ended up saying that when he did find the chest, he first saw a square indentation in the ground or something, or he saw the chest form And then when he got there and he looked up and saw the blaze, like he saw the blaze after he saw the chest in the real life find, is how he describes it.
Look quickly up.
But the fake chest was seen from afar. Double blazes. Bill Gorman is right this whole time.
He was right.
Oh,
Man,
God.
what a cluster. Gallatin did ask earlier, though. I think it was Gallatin said like she'd like to know why the spot was special.
Yeah.
But Forrest flat out said that the finder is not likely to know why that place is special. He or she will have other things on their minds. I mean, it was something along those lines, but I don't think Jack knows why it's special. I don't think that's what solved it. I think the place is special and somehow Jack figured it out.
Yes, I think you're right. I think it's the being special is secondary.
Yep.
To finding the place. Yeah.
Yep. But then Jack translates that into I figured out where he wanted to die, which is just equally as important in my mind. So.
Yeah, and I think when Jack figured out where Forrest wanted to die is as simple as Yellowstone. Like that's the area. Now where in Yellowstone? Yeah. And that's what took him.
Tyler disagrees. He's a Cody guy.
I know you do, but it just seems so obvious.
Remember, he did take a detour right to a national park. Keywords
after he left Wyoming, or after he left the area.
After he left Wyoming or Yellowstone, he went to the Grand Tetons, took some pictures.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I hope we get to know for real someday.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm making sure of. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. Candy's gonna be sitting over there with J.H.S. on her forehead.
Joseph Henry.
I wouldn't be surprised if Joseph Henry Sharp he was important, very important to Forrest, and that cabin is incredibly important. And I can see a tie with Eric Sloan and that cabin, because Eric Sloan built a cabin, built.
Well, I told you for some further detail. So I'm going to add on to what I've already reiterated in an article that I wrote on Medium. So let's just say hypothetically, what if that special spot was special because Forrest Finn and his father used the fish there?
Oh, right. Okay.
Possible.
So how does that make the cabin?
Because that spot's where the cabin sits that used to not exist. It used to be part of the Madison. Hence, in his one interview talking about Yellowstone, that one spot on the Madison no longer exists.
Oh, I thought you were saying that the cabin once sat where their fishing spot was. And because we all know that the Sharp cabin was moved to from the Bighorn battlefield area, the reservation area, right? Yeah, I don't know. That is a good question, or a good, a thought, but it just seems so obvious. Yellowstone is just so.
Yeah. And obvious. on that note, Susie, Tyler, have you seen Davio 22's Cody interview? It's like that.
Yes, I have. I've seen all of it, dog. I've seen everything.
I'm sure you have. I'm sure you've watched it several times. So the one statement in there that Forrest said is that he said Cody was never the destination. It was just a stopping point. Even though he said the Buffalo Bill Cody was is one of his favorite places on the planet, he said it was never the destination. Yellowstone was always the destination. So it's like if you're gonna die somewhere, you don't just die on the way there,
Well, he also did slip up with the Jenny Kyle Q&A. He said what his autobiography was once about, or still about.
Yeah.
He said that autobiography was about his event at the age of 1, where him and his family would go to the Buffalo Bill Center or Buffalo Bill Museum at the time in 1931, which is their first time ever visiting a museum.
Yep.
And then after that, they went to Yellowstone. They made the pilgrimage there afterwards.
They always
Y'all, I'm
stopped on
still
their
caught
way.
up on this fake Blaze thing. I'm sorry, I'm still caught on the fake Blaze.
Okay, okay, we can go there.
My brain just paused and it's just going in a loop right now. Because Alan, you said that Jack told you that it looked like it had been within a year, you'd say?
My best guess is at least a year before I found it, but it's hard to say. That's verbatim from Jack.
Oh,
Okay, but I can't remember where I heard it from, if it was either Jack or Forrest. Somebody please in the chat. Hooli, master researcher. Somebody has to know. I thought that Blaze had been there for a while. Or am I totally imagining that? Because I know as early as like 2013 or 14, Forrest had asked people to either like staple or nail a ribbon or something so it wouldn't be confused with what he did. So somewhere, I thought that Blaze the fake one had been there for a while.
yeah, I think you're right too, but
I think there was a reason for him saying that.
I can't find the quote, and I don't know where it was from or what context I'm taking it in, because after a while everything blends. But
Yep. And just Galton, my question to him was, when do you think the elaborate fake Blaze was made? Closer to 2010 when Forrest hid the chest, or closer to 2020 when he found the chest? And then he said, my guess is at least a year before I found it, but it's hard to say. So he didn't say 5 years before. He didn't say 7 years before. It was a year, at least a year.
But wait, Alan, didn't he say that he originally saw the fake Blaze in 2018 and he found it in 2020?
Yeah.
That's 2 years right there.
At least a year. That's where Jack can get clever with his wording too. At least a year can mean 10 years.
Right.
But I don't think that's what he was I don't think he's trying to throw me off with that question.
Right.
But we could just assume it's probably 2017 or more recent, I guess.
So there's the question. So how could you tell that how long it's been there? Like, so obviously it's something that weathers. It's not a rock heron. It's not how can you tell it's been weathered or the length of time it's been there?
The fake Blaze had to have been carved on a tree. If Jack destroyed it, he could take it.
Jack said flat out, it wasn't a carving on a tree. He said it wasn't an F on a tree. He flat out said it. It wasn't a carving on a tree.
The fake or the real?
The fake Blaze. He said the fake Blaze was not a carved F on a tree or anything like that. It's something that could have been, that was seen from a distance. So how could he, when he went up to that and searched around it, how could he tell how long it had been there? How could he judge the age of that?
Right. So if it's something on a rock or something, I mean, how do you tell how old that is?
Maybe what if someone tied a ribbon or something like that to a tree? Because you can see that from way afar.
Yeah, but you can't tell if that ribbon's been there a year or 10 years.
Yeah, just by weathering. But yeah, that's a really hard guess.
Hey, so what makes that? What is the fake Blaze that made it readable? And why can't he tell us what that was? Yeah. Lucky Digger in the chat says, Susie Fennhaven. So what you are saying is that Jack figured out, oops, there went my, oh man, I'm sorry, you guys. There went Susie Fennhaven. So what you are saying is that Jack figured out where Forrest Fenn wanted to die, but he didn't know why it was special. So the special thing is not where he wanted to die.
No, that's incorrect logic. special place is where he wanted to die.
Yellowstone.
But you could figure out where he wanted to die without knowing why it was special, I guess, is how.
Well, and we all know why Yellowstone was special to him. What if he's referring to where he wanted to die in such a broad manner that Yellowstone is the whole of Yellowstone is the answer to that?
But you know, Susie, that's not what Jack is thinking.
Right. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let me catch up here we go. Gallatin, the reason I know of that quote is due to the bark carve out on the tree at the GPS solve. Jack said it was there for years, so we thought possible. Not the GPS, but I know Jack said it. The bark carve out. Okay, so are the bark carve out, is that really uniquely man-made carving, or is that some kind of tree worm that made those things in that piece of wood at your GPS solve? Because it looks perhaps that it was naturally formed, those squiggle lines from what we saw. It doesn't necessarily scream this was manufactured, and not by maybe scratches from the tree falling down and it hit a branch and the branch made the things, or some tree worm bug. I don't know.
Now I'm stuck on how to date blazes.
Well, it's how to date. Yeah, depending on what the blaze
don't Google
is.
That. Don't Google that. It'll probably come up with like random how to date blazes.
No, my friend has a son named Blaze.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you're right. Like on a tree, you can tell by weathering around it and scarification on the tree bark, but rock or even a little stack like a cairn or something, you can't tell how long that's been.
Can't tell how it's stacked.
And the other word, the fact that he uses the word elaborate, like, what do you guys think about that? Because elaborate is not like a stacking up rocks.
No,
elaborate
it's a drawing.
It's something.
And it's also not, it's also not a shadow, or something creating a shadow.
That's not elaborate.
Because
it's cool.
A shadow would be undateable. You wouldn't be able to date how long that, whatever shadow has been there. But I do like that measurement of time and that whole idea of a sundial, and just because of all the time references in The Thrill of the Chase, and how Forrest told us the story about, throwing his watch, throwing time away, like he didn't, and his Eric Sloan story about Eric changing when he was his birthday because he wanted to be younger, or not dating his paintings at all, to be a way to stop time is by not acknowledging it. So being a shadow, the real Blaze being a shadow, I am not ruling out, but the fake Blaze can't be, just because you can't date a shadow other than
right. So it would have to be intricate and elaborate and something that only a searcher would know. And how do you date that?
Yep. Yeah, and it does the same thing as a manufactured blaze. It can't just be like a brown earth that's in, the side of a canyon, because that's not an elaborate fake blaze. That's not fake at all. It's just
no.
So whatever the fake blaze was is similar to the real blaze, I guess, even though the real blaze was not as elaborate as the fake blaze.
Well, we also keep in mind it was destroyed.
What was that, Tyler?
We had to also keep in mind that it was destroyed somehow in some way.
I'm sorry, but your microphone is not, we can't hear you. You've fallen and you can't
You're
get
at the
up.
event horizon, it looks like.
I got up to take my medication because I got to go to sleep soon because I got to get up at like 6 o'clock to go to a bowling alley for a flea market. But anyways,
Well,
I was saying we got to keep in mind that somehow in some way the fake blade was destroyed.
Yep.
it was also taken away. Yeah, so it's also something that was large and could be seen from afar, but also removable in some way, you know? Is that spray paint? Is that like,
It sounds like Jack just went ham on a tree or a rock.
because that is graffiti is a really big subject in Catcher in the Rye. A graffiti mark is like something really pivotal to that story. So what if it was some sort of actual spray paint in Yellowstone? No one's stopping anybody from bringing a can of spray paint in Yellowstone, you know, and you could make graffiti and get out of there before anyone ever knew anything, you know? So what if it was graffiti and Jack removed the graffiti?
Okay, someone goes out there and tags a tree in Yellowstone with spray paint. I'm kicking their ass.
Well, I'm not a tree,
Seriously.
but a stone, tagged a stone somehow, put a big X, black spray paint X on a cliff wall or something, you know? He pretty much said that Blaze was not a tree.
I think it was. I'm
Well,
sorry.
the real Blaze a
just
tree,
like-
the fake Blaze not a tree. Fake Blaze not a tree. Real Blaze tree. Yes. You know, but I thought, you know, I think that's what we're talking about here is the fake Blaze, and I think Jack ruled out tree.
Yep, and that's what I was gonna ask. So if the fake blaze was an elaborate fake blaze that wasn't a tree, and Jack seemed to think he knew what a blaze looked like, that's where I'm saying, okay, then the real blaze must have been something kind of like that.
Something similar. Yes, Alan. I had the same thought.
Say that again.
I don't know if I can.
Oh,
I'm just saying, so if Jack thinks that the elaborate blaze that didn't pan out, I mean, but before he went there, I think he said he thought he knew what the blaze was.
yes, they have to be similar items.
Yeah, so the fake blaze has to be kind of similar to the real one.
Yes, okay.
But why did he call the real one like kind of weak and then the fake one was elaborate? Like, how did he not notice the real one, but he noticed the fake one and it was super elaborate? That's what I'm very confused on that.
Wait a minute. Didn't he call the fake blaze like a double fake blaze or something like that? Or am I just thinking wrong?
That was Bill.
Okay, there goes Capro. She just put it in chat. It kind of contradicts what he just told Alan. Jack said faked by a cruel fellow searcher, even though it had evidently been there for years. That was in the Medium article.
That's exactly, Calvin. That's what I was.
My guess is
it seems like that fake blaze was something that maybe what I was thinking earlier when Alan Kay was saying, like, it's something that may be undateable, but he's trying to put a date on it, if you know what I mean.
What?
How do you put a date on that? Is that, I think that's what he just said.
Oh,
Hold on.
What I
Adam
was
needs to
saying
get
is
his
like,
ass back on
it
camera.
seems like he's contradicting his statements, but it's like something that's undateable, really. But like he thinks he has a date, but he's kind of telling y'all take it with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying?
Olaf on the River says, does this make sense? You're out looking and find the chest. You look around and find that someone has been digging around it. The genius you are. I don't know what that means. You have a great idea. I'll just leave it here and come back tomorrow. Please explain genius idea to me. Olaf, Okay.
See, at this point, honestly, I don't believe anything Jack says anymore. You know,
that's all we got. How can you not?
I don't, because he contradicts himself way too much. He says that no, this isn't true, even though Forrest himself said it. And yes, Fenn could have been lying too, but come on, it's driving me nuts. I'm getting like pissed off because nothing lines up. It's just, oh, what do we believe now?
Jack says, for the room, why do you care about the fake blaze? It's fake. Fake means not real. So it's not a part of the solve, folks. Ignore the superfluous. But you know what it is, Jack? As much as we don't want it to be, that is what Jack said he saw from a distance, the fake blaze, and he went over there, and it ended up being within how many feet of the real blaze?
1,000 feet.
1,000 feet,
1,000
300 yards. Every time you say from a distance, I think from a distance, you look like a blaze. But that's the point. So Jack, the point is that this blaze, this damn fake blaze, is really close to where the solve is. That's why.
Yes, that's what makes it important, Jack.
And someone else was close that built this thing. Someone else,
right?
Not
yes.
Jack.
And why did they?
Yeah.
Why did they take the emerald ring?
Yeah, and that's why I asked Jack. That's the reason why I asked Jack this email, because in my mind, I'm like, it might have been Forrest. Like Forrest
exactly.
like an Emile Deori, like a fake blaze is perfect.
Yes,
exactly.
A counterfeit blaze.
Yeah, it's like to throw someone off just for a little bit, which he did, but then Jack dismissed it and said the blaze was new. He didn't say that, but he said within a year, or whatever that phrase was. My guess is at least a year before I found it, but it's hard to say. Just want to make sure that that's the right quote.
And if it was something created by Forrest, just hypothetically, what if it pointed the searcher in the right location of the real blaze?
Here's Silver Sage said, could the blaze have been a bell hanging without the nail clinger thingy? My conspiracy theory. Could the blaze have been some sort of bell? Because Jack also said the fake blaze was an obvious reference to the chase. Not like maybe you could, tie this in. It was like, boom. It was like something iconic to the chase. And so Silver Sage, I like that. A bell is a very iconic symbol. If as well as the double omegas, or the other, whatever we can come up with.
Can you imagine being the searcher that like hung a bell like on a tree, thinking that they're in the right spot, like had all their heart in it, like hung that bell and like left and never came back, and then 2 years later Jack finds it and acknowledges a fake blaze? Like, can you just imagine being that other searcher?
Oh my God, you just made me remember that I hung a bell in a tree.
Yeah.
You actually hung a bell in a tree?
At my special spot for my dog. It was my little memorial to my dog. I went out on Forrest Fenn's chase to the Ringing Rocks in Montana. It wasn't in Wyoming, so I know it's not real. But at that spot, I picked up a pine tree and hung a tiny bell. I mean, it was like maybe this big of a bronze bell, a brass bell. I tied it on a ribbon and hung it in a tree. And that was in 2018. But we know that wasn't the spot. There was no water there. And it was also, a couple things wrong with that location. And it was in Montana, not Wyoming. And it wasn't in Yellowstone. So, but I kind of made a fake blaze. Never thought of it like that before until you said that. Silver Sage.
So is there like on any of the forums or anything, has anybody got a collective of fake blazes that were made? Are there any searchers that would come forward and say, hey, I made this at X spot?
Oh, I'm sure there's tons of searchers that come forward and said,
Yeah,
I'm in a big place. I mean,
on that note, Susie, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I heard Greg DARC was talking about this, and he was under the assumption that like no one did. He said like, how many people create fake blazes? What is it, like 2 or 3 or 4? No, I would say there's thousands, myself included. Like, not only
and
did
myself included, and I never considered it until this moment.
Every place I went, I left something to like. I mean, it wasn't elaborate though. I wasn't carving trees or anything. But like I was stacking antler stuff up. I was creating X's like all over the place. So yes, I think
and I've also heard what's his name? He was on my channel a few weeks back. That he created a fake blade. He created a giant F out of logs in his location.
Probably see it from Google Earth. Yeah.
Yeah. So he could show his kids on Google Earth, say, I made that fake blade, or whatever. Perfect. In his spot. So
yeah, I think there's many.
Christine, good point. Okay, you guys, it's going on 12:30 here. I don't think I can go on much longer. How many people are 68 people still watching? And that's been awesome. But I think I'm going to call it a night here, everybody. This has been really fun. And I appreciate you all for stopping in. I appreciate Alan, Gallatin, Tyler, Adam. I bet Adam is snoring by now. Indeed, Julie. I appreciate y'all, but you guys, guess what? I'm going to end it here.